When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shaq Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shaq Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shaq Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era.
All right, good morning and welcome back to Baton Rouge to all of us. And welcome back to Tingle & Co. here live from our Southern Regional Medical Center studios here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Man, it is nice to be home. Even though Tampa was great, it's nice to be back in the great state of Louisiana here in our Southern Regional Medical Center studios. Shout out to the team here at SRMC, and of course, always brought to you by our friends over at FANDUEL. FANDUEL brings you our show every single day. Make sure you go download the FANDUEL Sportsbook app, head over to the FANDUEL Sportsbook website, and of course, always gamble responsibly with our friends over at FANDUEL. Get ready for college football by previewing some futures over with FANDUEL. But once again, shout out to Southern Regional Medical Center, SRMC, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Shreveport. They take great care of the great state of Louisiana. They take great care of us. They'll take great care of you. It's your choice where you go for your medical care. Go to Southern Regional Medical Center. And we want to give them a special shout-out, as nothing we did last week would have been possible without the team here at SRMC. They sent us out to SEC Media Days to Tampa, Florida, to cover LSU and the remainder of the Southeastern Conference. And we had a great time. We hope we made them and y'all proud, and that we did a good job with the content. So let us know what you thought. We'll, of course, talk about all that this morning as we'll recap a little bit of last week. But we're back, and, man, are we itching for football to get started. Lloyd, Wyatt, Christian, how are we doing, fellas?
Excellent, sir. It was a bit of a tease, right? We've never covered SEC Media Days, never been to Tampa, never been around football for that many straight days without actually having football. And so now you get to, like, Monday, you're like, I guess we'll just talk about SEC Media Days again. And then at some point, eventually, we will get to fall practice.
Yep.
How are you two? Sup?
I'm doing great.
Pat
I had
McAfee.
There you go.
kind of a shitty weekend. I couldn't sleep. I've become accustomed to Noah's nose whistle.
Yeah.
Everything was boring without Lloyd cracking a joke every 4 minutes, and I had no one to argue with because Christian wasn't there. So I had
All
kind of
this
a shitty
is
weekend.
valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of missed everybody.
It's an
'Cause I did
adjustment for
sleep
sure.
like shit, too.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to sleep great.
I know.
Still don't feel good.
No?
No?
No, it is funny. It felt a lot like we were talking about it when we were having lunch one of the days. Like, it felt like a school trip. Like, you know, where you're having lunch with the whole entire school, and you're sitting at your tables or whatever. And I got that same feeling you get when you get home from the trip or the retreat or wherever you're at, and you're like,
Happy to be home.
I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah,
though.
but
Like,
I'm bored.
Yeah. Like, yesterday, after I had just laid in bed all day on Friday and Saturday, yesterday I was like, okay, I got to get up and do something. So I take the dog for a walk, but then I'm like driving back, and I'm like, I can't wait for like the week to get here so I can have some sort of a schedule again, because all I want to do is lay in bed and eat. I was like, that's a problem. Right,
Yeah.
Chrissy?
I mean, I was fine. I'm not in this stage like you two guys where like I have to lose weight or anything. But I did sleep the most I think I have in a long time in 3 days. I got back from our flight in the airport,
Yep.
and I 3-hour nap.
Okay.
Then I took another one at 4,
Yep.
and then the next day I took a midday nap. Then on
Oh.
Sunday I took one after church, and then at 3 o'clock. So I slept a lot this weekend and got 8 hours every single night at least. I probably got 9 every
So you're
night.
shook back.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Feeling good.
I'm good.
But it was a great trip. Once again, shout out to our friends over at SRMC for making it possible. It was a great time. And it was really cool. It's like Lloyd said. I mean, it's weird getting back now, and we're in this kind of weird middle ground, because I would assume within the next 2-3 weeks, I would think maybe even in the next week or so, LSU football fall camp will get started. It's usually around the first, second week of August. July's about to wrap up, and so you're kind of in this weird middle ground where you get all fired up about football because you're just listening to people talk about football for an entire week.
I mean, goosebumps.
I tell you what, shout out Leo Haggerty, Amped Up Sports Tampa. But you're just hearing people talk about football. You can see some of the coaches talking about, man, we're just ready to get to game one. Ready to get between the lines and spot the ball and do the whole thing. Just ready to play football. And as people that cover it and also just fans of it, you get that same feeling. And then you get back to where you're at right now, where you're just in this kind of middle ground where you're 40 days away from game number 1, 40 days. A legendary linebacker number for LSU, Whit Weeks, Devin White, freshman Perk, Duke Riley. A great linebacker. Now, we'll see who wears 40 this year. Of course, Whit Weeks currently has it, but will he get 18? Will he stick with 40? Who knows? I guess we'll find out in the next couple of weeks. But, yeah, it was a great week in Tampa, getting you fired up for football, and now you're just kind of sitting here itching and waiting for these 40 days to get here so you can get to LSU versus Clemson, week number 1 of the 2026 schedule. I did want to ask the room, though, what was your one big takeaway from last week? Whether it's just from a Tampa standpoint, a trip standpoint, a Tingle & Co. standpoint, or LSU or outside in the conference. Just one big takeaway from the last week we got to live in Tampa, Florida, covering SEC Media Days.
First thing that comes to my mind, I think we talked about it a little bit, was like this LSU Ole Miss thing. I think it's not nearly as big of a deal to, or at least they put on a brave face to the people that actually work for Ole Miss and LSU. Like Pete Gold, there was not as much animosity, or even the people that covered the program. You didn't get those firework moments. So I think this has been a narrative that's been kind of built up by just the fans.
Yeah.
And not so much of Pete Golding really hates Lane Kiffin, and Lane Kiffin really wants to stick it. Like, of course they want to win, but I think a lot of this has been kind of contrived a little bit. But that said, once you get to week 3 and you're in Oxford, Mississippi, I do think that everything will come around and be like, this is what I thought it would look
100%.
like.
Yeah.
You guys?
No, I completely agree with Lloyd. That was like probably my biggest takeaway was.
Because I expected something.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course, and it never really had that moment, that one like gotcha moment where like someone says something and it's all over social media. Because I kind of was expecting that too. But I guess my biggest takeaway, just from the LSU side of things, was the way they talked about PJ Woodland. You know, I mean, that was kind of a guy who I didn't expect to be talked up as much as he was, right? And I asked Whit Weeks about DJ Pickett in my little walking interview with him, because it felt like no one was honestly talking about DJ Pickett, and he's the guy who's been kind of circled as what should be your cornerback 1 in 2026. But like, I think Lane Kiffin, Daughtery, Whit Weeks, even Trey'Dez, we're all talking about PJ Woodland, the strides he's made as your second string cornerback, or, you know, look, never say never. Maybe he's your cornerback 1 going into 2026. We don't know what it looks like, but the fact that he's developed and those guys are talking that much about him, I think bodes extremely well for your defense.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to switch it over to this kind of point.
Okay.
Usually, you know, for me, especially being at LSU, I would get super excited for football season. The most excited I would be during fall camp. Being in Tampa, however, you know, obviously you see Tampa and you see these SEC Media Days every year online, on the internet, whatever. You see clips, sound bites, you know, quotes, whatever. I think being there, being around the players, being around the coaches, hearing the reporters talk about who said what, about who, and all these other things, seeing Lane kind of filibuster, avoid maybe some questions that didn't need to be asked, just kind of seeing that game being played, I think really has me excited now, and we're not even at fall camp yet. So I would say this kind of got me on my toes, and I'm pretty fucking stoked about what's coming. So
No, I agree. I think all those are excellent points, and I saw all those same things. I think what was interesting to me was a lot of times there are, of course, the predetermined storylines, kind of like what Lloyd talked about, and it was funny with as many coaching changes as there have been in the conference and the new faces at the different schools, there weren't really, I would say, outside of South Carolina and Shane Beamer, I felt like the other 15 schools all were in a place where they're like somewhat comfortable. Like, I think, you know, like Mississippi State's at the bottom, but I think they're fired up about Camario Taylor. They, of course, love Jeff Lebby. I think Kentucky's fired up with Stein, and I was impressed by Stein. I think Florida is eating out of John Summerall's hands. I think Auburn's fired up with Golish. I think even the Arkansas crowd with Silver, like, look, you can feel however you want to feel about him. I think they're excited about him, and they were like, I listened to different people in the Arkansas media, whether, you know, with the aura comments and the hot wife stuff and all those things, like, especially when you're a first-year head coach and it's your first year with head coach, there's a lot of positivity because you're excited. There hasn't been any problems just yet. So I think that was the part that was interesting to me, was they're really, outside of South Carolina, who has a head coach on the hot seat, it felt like everyone else was in good spirits.
Well, everybody can have a sense of optimism because you restarted.
Right.
But I believe the law of averages tell you that not all of these teams can be good.
Very true.
And if you were in Arkansas or an Auburn or Kentucky or Florida, even for that matter, like that collection of schools, and LSU has been in this too, of like you've been having to retread a good bit, and there's a sense of optimism always when you start over with the new head coach. You're like, thank God that's over with. I think it was time for like a fresh start in terms of what our program and what direction we're going. And I think Florida and LSU, obviously Ole Miss gets thrust into this because of how it happened. But those are two of your bigger programs that are kind of been in purgatory.
Yeah.
Like when you think of the SEC, I think of Florida, I think of LSU, I think of now you have to kind of think of Ole Miss. But everybody outside of that, it feels like there is a renewed sense of optimism. But if I'm Auburn, if I'm Kentucky, it's like it never works.
Right.
And so I don't know what to think.
It'll be interesting. But I thought.
Like, do you think that any of those are going to be powers again?
No, I don't. Like I'm not sold on a lot of them. You know what I mean? Like I'm not even sold on Florida just yet.
No,
like, I want to see them.
but
on
they
the
are.
field. Of course. And so it'll be interesting to see. I thought a lot of the teams and the programs kind of checked the box of what they were trying to do there. I would say the only one to me that I felt like didn't check the box of like what they were trying to accomplish at Media Days, I would say was Alabama.
Yeah.
Like I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, Alabama that was another kind of eye-opening thing, was like being there and having the opportunity. Like, look, I mean, if this is 5 years ago, we're at SEC Media Days and it's Coach Saban out there speaking with the Alabama logo on. Everyone's there. Like it's
State of the Union.
of course.
Right.
And that just wasn't the case this year. The DeBoer era right now of Alabama is just so blah.
Yeah.
Like even though they've won a playoff game and they've made the playoff and they've been in the SEC championship, all these things they've accomplished. Like it has not been a bad 2 years.
Right.
No.
It's just been a normal 2 years, and he just doesn't bring any juice. And so it was like, that was another eye-opening for me. Me and Lloyd are sitting there, I think when y'all were headed down to go listen to DeBoer and them speak, and me and Lloyd are like, I asked Lloyd, I was like, do you have any interest? And Lloyd was like, no. And I was like, it's just crazy. Because like I said, I've said it many times, for me, that was my everything, was that football game.
Yeah.
Was the first Saturday in November when LSU, it's right after, the time changes the next morning. That was everything for me. Though when LSU and Alabama faced off, and now it's just like, where's the substance?
Yeah, no, we talked about it on one of the live shows we did from the room. Like, Alabama's maybe the fourth or fifth most exciting game on LSU's schedule. That's odd. That doesn't feel right at all for me, because I'm in the same era as you, where it's like you go through the schedule, the first one you look at is that first week of November. Right? And like, I think when you're looking at the programs going into SEC Media Days, yeah, you get excited about certain coaches, right? And not necessarily, it doesn't change what you think of the teams in general, but from a program standpoint, I think you have certain programs that need to accomplish things, right? Like you have the upper echelon where you have the Texases and the Georgias, where it's kind of business as usual, right? This isn't really for them. But then you have these bottom tier programs like an Arkansas, like a Florida, like an Auburn, the teams with new coaches that need to kind of go all out, right? Like Ryan Silverfield had all these crazy comments. He's talking to Saban, where you're trying to inspire a little bit of confidence from the fan base, a little donor buy-in, right? You're trying to get the fan base behind you, where you don't need these, you don't have to do that as one of these upper echelon programs. Right. And I think it speaks to where Alabama is as a program, because I think they kind of need that right now. Kalen DeBoer needs to go and be like a cocky John Summerall-esque kind of guy to get some of this buy-in from the fan base, and he just didn't do it. And I don't know if I blame him for it, but I don't know. It felt a lot different than what Texas A&M was to me, and that's two coaches that are going into year three. DeBoer, I would say, is on a slightly downward trajectory, into year three. Elko is on an upward trajectory, and those were just could not have been more different from Elko to DeBoer.
I agree.
It's funny because I don't know what you would expect from DeBoer. This is who he's always. This is his personality.
No, you're
right.
You're holding himself against him.
Right. And you're holding him against the ghost.
Right.
That is still there.
Yeah.
Like whatever Saban still got it. Whatever it is. Whatever. I saw him walk and it looked like his feet didn't even touch the ground, and everybody just kind of like stared at him, and then he was gone. But that's what you'll never be able to beat that. But if you're DeBoer and you've won in your first 3 years, you get a contract extension. You're like, why would I have to do anything else? I do see myself as if one of the Georgias or like an upper echelon program. So I don't have to do. It shouldn't be special that I don't have to say anything, but it does just feel like it's missing something. And I don't know if – I think that's how Alabama fans feel too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not as what it used to be and it never will be, but it's like they're not bad, but it's like it doesn't feel like Alabama football.
Right.
No, of course not.
No, and I thought it was very, very, very eye-opening week. Who would you all say was the winner? Like you go into the week, everyone has the boxes they want to check, the points they want to get across, the advertisement they're trying to sell for their program. Who do you think walks away from this past week looking and going, we did exactly what we wanted to do and did it better than everyone else?
I will say this could be a bit biased, but it's not Lane Kiffin and his appearances in the podium. I would say it was the players.
Yeah.
I walked away very impressed from Whit Weeks, Trey'Dez Green, TJ Daughtery, because those were the guys that when they talked, it was different than any other players that were talking. Like they seemed experienced, confident, had good answers, obviously all of those things, but it felt like they wanted to be there.
Yeah.
And then it was also like this maturation and I guess a mature approach at the podium, but you could still tell they are college kids that love football. But I just was very impressed with how their demeanor and how they kind of navigated that entire deal.
Yeah.
I completely agree with Lloyd. Like we've talked to Roe multiple times on like just the energy inside the building and with the players and the coaching staff they all have. It seems like that transferred over to Tampa, and maybe we're biased because, I obviously walked and talked with a couple of those guys. I didn't see that really from a lot of the other players from the other schools. So I was very impressed with the players that LSU put out there. But as far as outside of LSU teams that I think did a good job, I think Texas A&M did a great job. I think Kentucky with Will Stein did a great job. And it may be controversial, but I think Golding did a great job, and I think Ole Miss won. Now, does that mean they're going to be a good team come September? No, absolutely not. This is talking season and means little to nothing when it comes to winning football games.
This is the easiest part.
Yeah, of course. I think Golding did his job for what Ole Miss needed to be done this week or last week.
Yeah, no, I mean, I look at this past week and I walked away from it, and this was my take when we talked about it after Ole Miss spoke, was I thought Golding and Ole Miss did a very, very good job. I thought they checked the box. I thought Golding showed off his personality, didn't make it about Lane, didn't look spiteful, didn't look angry, just looked very comfortable because, like Lloyd said, why wouldn't he be? I don't think he expected going into last year that the next season he'd be a head coach.
Right.
And that he would have a Sugar Bowl victory under his belt, right? All of the things that happened. He should be extremely grateful for the situation that is at hand. And I thought he looked that. And I thought that was very, very impressive on their part. However, that does not change how I think they're going to perform during the football season. That does not make me think they're going to be better on the field and there will be less of a drop-off just because I thought he looked more comfortable and handled it more maturely than I anticipated. Now, who I thought won the week, I think it's LSU, because what happened it's not just LSU's day, because I thought LSU's day was impressive. The players were excellent. Like if you had any doubt why they chose those three guys, sit back and listen to all three of them speak. It was excellent. They all, Trey'Dez, Whit, TJ were great. Lane, I also thought looked a lot more comfortable than I anticipated in a press conference setting, because that's not really his thing, right? The reason LSU won the week is because on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there are outlandish statement after outlandish statement after outlandish statement about LSU. National championship or bust. They have to play for a natty. They have to win a natty. They've got to be better than this. They've got to make this happen. They have to be this, right? This many wins. Is this a failure? Is this a failure? All of those things talking all week. And you anticipate maybe at some point those takes, those thoughts, those questions would come up when the coach and the players are sitting there across from them. But they don't, right? And it's what it was a very, very clear representation of the fact that what was being done the first 3 days of media day around LSU was narrative pushing and low-hanging fruit of, well, when you just look at it on paper, well, yeah, he left Ole Miss for LSU. He's got to take the next step this year at LSU with the more resources. I mean, Steve Sarkisian sat on the podium, and when he was asked about Lane Kiffin and LSU, he said the same thing we all were saying. He's at a job now with more resources, more support, a better football history, all of those things of why you take the job. Another very respected head coach in the conference that has national championship expectations understands why Lane made the move he made. And I thought that was the biggest win of the week. It was very eye-opening for everyone that maybe looked at Lane and goes, man, why did he go to LSU? Why did he abandon Ole Miss like he did? And if you didn't already understand it with what transpired over the offseason with Sam Leavitt and Jordan Seaton and Lamar Brown and Richard Anderson and 6 5-stars in 6 months versus 3 in 6 years, right? Was that the number? Something like that. Lane said it himself. He got more 5-stars in 6 months at LSU than he did 6 years at Ole Miss. So if you didn't already understand it then, look at the way they carried themselves this week. Certain programs carry themselves in certain ways. That was the point we were just making. Georgia and Texas don't really have to say much because the logo speaks, the resume speaks, the head coach is recognizable, and all of those things do the talking, so they don't need to say outlandish things. John Summerall in Florida, right? He's got to make the splash and show himself and kind of brand himself, market himself to other people. Will Stein, Alex Golich, they have to market themselves. LSU was the one school with a first-year head coach that didn't have to do that. And it's because of what Lane Kiffin has laid out. It's the brand, it's the history, it's the 3 letters, the 2 colors. All of those things are why LSU was treated and felt like Georgia and Texas and not like Florida and Auburn. That was the winner of the week to me. That LSU felt back to being one of the big dogs in the room that they're supposed to be. Lane Kiffin and Trey'Dez and Whit and TJ didn't have to get on the microphone and stand up and say anything wild and make outlandish statements and try to market themselves the way that other programs did. Instead, they just answered the questions, checked the boxes, and looked so comfortable and confident while they did that. I thought what you learned last week was that LSU is back to being a serious big-time football program again. There are no more point and laugh at LSU. And I don't know how you could look at last week and not feel that. For the 3 days before LSU spoke, they were being put, the pressure was being applied that they had to be Georgia, Texas. They're in that conversation throughout the week. LSU's got to win a natty. Well, the only other programs in the SEC that are being talked about like that are Georgia and Texas. And if I remember correctly, on every media member's ballots, I think Georgia and Texas were the 2 top teams in the conference. Georgia was the pick to win the conference. Mm-hmm. And so those 2 were in that conversation. LSU, from a national media standpoint, is also in that conversation. And they needed to act like it on Thursday. And I thought they did a excellent 10 out of 10 job of stepping up and performing like a big-time program performs. You don't have to say too much. You don't have to be flashy. You get to look cool, right, with the Mardi Gras suits, which was a great job by LSU. You needed to look confident. And, man, you needed to look comfortable. You couldn't look like you were forcing anything. Some of the stuff with Summerall and Florida I felt was forced. With Lane and especially those 3 players, nothing was forced. When Trey'Dez Green was asked about what it means to play in Death Valley, and he kind of took a second. The question gets asked, and he goes, and then that smile lights back up, and he gives the answer that was real and raw and legit. That is what LSU had to be. And I thought they were. And I thought many programs checked the boxes they need to check. But LSU, going into year 1 of a head coach, instead of being grouped up with the Summeralls and the Golishes and the Steins of the world are being grouped with the Georgias, the Smarts, the Sarkeesians, and the Texases of the world, which is a 100% win for LSU. That's why you make the hire. That's why you make the firing. That's why you do what you did this last offseason, so you can be back in that conversation. And so I don't know how anybody looks at last week and doesn't think of LSU as the winner.
I think and I would be interested to see what the narrative would have been around LSU if you hired anybody but Lane Kiffin.
Right.
Because that's obviously the easiest story to tell, and it seems like the guy that LSU circled and got. So that's why whenever you walk into the room at SEC Media Days, you're automatically put into that group of, like, this could be a dominant program because you've seen Lane Kiffin coach. You saw what he did last year. He's been good for the last 6 years as a head coach. And now when you pair that with LSU, he goes, okay, yeah, you immediately got better. And so you put LSU into that upper echelon, that higher category because you have no reason not to. If it was anybody else, I don't think LSU was fighting for relevancy a little bit, where you have a Golish up there or a Stein, and you have to talk about your wife or say something weird that people think about and hear and click on. This was very much like don't step in it from an LSU perspective of like saying too much about what's going on and what your expectations are. Very much answer the questions and get out of there. LSU did a good job of that because now you do leave SEC Media Days, and while LSU was the biggest talking point, it's funny that the national media had them natty or busted year one, and then you see people that vote. It's LSU was picked to finish fifth,
Right.
which is a very run-of-the-mill, I would think, fine answer. No.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
Back.
We made it back.
Good morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great interviews.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Interviews.
How are we doing? How are we doing?
Sir?
Great interviews.
Thank
How are
you.
we doing?
Great. How about y'all?
Oh, we're doing great.
We're sun-kissed.
Yeah. How was that, huh?
We were able to recover over the weekend from our long week and back at it this
I
morning.
love it. I love it. That was some good news.
How was that? How were all the thoughts back home of what was transpiring?
It was interesting. I got to watch Coach Kiffin's interview, and it was good. You know, I left to go out of town Thursday midday, and the talk over the weekend is like, oh man, you know, he didn't really answer the questions. He's not supposed to.
Yeah.
I mean, he's supposed to give you like a little
Right.
tidbit, a little teaser. And so, you know, I thought it was great. I thought he answered it very well. I thought, you know, I watched some of the other coaches. Some aren't very good in front of the media.
Right.
And, you know, but I thought y'all did a great job, man. I mean, it was great interviews with Whit Weeks, Trey'Dez. I loved it.
They were so much fun too.
Well,
Like shout out to Whit Weeks and Trey'Dez. They were genuinely like infectious to be around. Like smiling the whole time. Like so much fun.
I don't think I've ever seen either one of them not
Frown.
smile.
I know, 100%.
No,
Yeah.
genuinely.
Like Whit Weeks, I mean, every time you see him anywhere or any video or any picture, he's always smiling.
It looks like he always just got up like a Corvette.
Yeah.
Like with the top down. Just like,
Yeah.
oh, great day.
Like,
Wind-whipped hair.
Perfect weather for a convertible, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was awesome.
No, I thought they were both great representations for LSU.
I did. I got a bunch of calls about their suits.
Oh, the suits were excellent.
Purple,
Yeah.
green, gold.
That was
Nobody really kind of
outstanding.
figured. You know,
They
some
were
people
awesome.
figured it out.
Yeah.
You know, it was good. It was really good.
No, and I felt like kind of to your point where, you know, you talk about Lane where it's like he's not really supposed to answer the questions. That is what we were just talking about. That's what the real programs do. They don't need to answer a bunch of questions. They don't need to say outlandish things. That's what Saban, Kirby, what they do is they say what they got to say. You can ask a couple of questions. They just kind of keep it blasé, check the boxes, get out of there. They handle their things like a legitimate program. That felt like LSU was that again.
Yeah, and you know, after Coach Kiffin got off the stage, you know, they had the panel up there that the SEC Media Day or SEC channel had, and it's funny because you know we talked about this over the weekend. Saban kind of like he wants to be happy.
Yeah.
Oh, he
but
loves
he
Lane.
can't
Yeah.
because of the Alabama
Of course.
tie. But, you know, he made it prevalent. You know, he called me and I said, what do you want to do? And you could tell, like, he I don't think he wants to take credit, but you know he had some
Yeah.
influence on what decision Lane had. And so it's neat to see him. I like that little interview they talked about on that show about Miss Terry throwing holy water on the sideline.
That whole panel was phenomenal.
That was great. And I'm wondering does Nick Saban come back to LSU and try and mend the fences with the fans? You know,
I think he has.
I think the fences are mended. Like
yeah.
I don't think that like there's really anything left for him to do. Like I think everyone's happy.
I do too, but I think he would like. I mean, like I would like to see him come back to Baton Rouge, maybe
course.
for a game day and not game day, game, and people really embrace. I think they embrace him, but to see the fans give him a warm welcome back.
You would have seemed like on the field, welcome the 2003 national championship head coach Nick Saban.
Correct.
And it would not be what happened whenever he came back the second time.
Correct.
Where he talked, he's like, this is a dangerous environment.
Right.
And it was.
Correct.
It was inflammatory.
Correct.
And I guess he's never gotten his, you're right, he hasn't gotten his flowers ever since from LSU. We all say it, but it's never been formally.
Correct. And you want to see, I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Just to, listen, I saw this somewhere on social media that he is I think he's above Bear Bryant as one of the greatest college coaches ever, and I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I think he's the greatest college coach.
I grew up.
of all
I think
time.
Bear Bryant was right around when I was born. I don't remember his tenure, but I remember seeing Bear Bryant, but I didn't pay attention to him like I paid attention to.
No, I think Nick is the greatest college football coach of all time.
I mean, the only thing I got with him is he keeps dyeing that hair darker and darker. It's like, bro.
No, he looks good.
Let it go down.
I saw him when I was in the main media room. He looks good, and just looking at him, he didn't have to say anything to me. I was mentally getting my life together. I was 6:30 in the morning. We're up. I'm at the gym, eating healthy every day. Discipline. I'm entitled to nothing.
So this is all funny that this all transpired. So I was down in Grand Isle over the weekend. We went to church yesterday, and the priest in his homily starts talking about Nick Saban and his message, and it was kind of like he tied it into, it's not about the product, it's about the process. Mm-hmm. Be successful in the process, and you'll be successful in the product.
Right.
And worry about the process, not worry so much about the product. And so it was kind of funny that this all transpired. Going back to the coaches, I think the Tennessee coach, I really, and I'm not trying to be it's not just because it's Lane, but to go ahead and encourage your fans to create some violence. I think the SEC, I think Greg Sankey has missed his opportunity to get a hold of the league and go, hey, man, we're going to fine you for that. You can't do that. And I just think it's sad.
I think it was very much him recognizing where Tennessee is in the pecking order, especially in relation to Ole Miss, LSU, Lane Kiffin, and how that fan base once treated that game and what they did, which is probably the first time you saw I've ever seen anything like that where it actually spilled onto the field, whether it be mustard bottles or a golf ball. And then it became, look what happened with it. Was it Georgia and Texas, where Texas fans literally stop a football game to be able to get a call? And so it's trending in this direction of, I don't know how they are really going to get a wrangle on it. And now you have one of the most inflammatory situations you could have. Right. And LSU going to Ole Miss, and Heupel was like, wait, I want my fan base to still care. Remember, we hate him too.
Yeah.
Go get him.
Get on board with this.
And he wants
the Lane train.
He wants that game to
mean something.
Because that game is going to be it's the second to last weekend of the year. Tennessee's year could be over by that point. Right. Mm-hmm. So he wants that game to mean, it's got to mean something. Because from a football standpoint, it might mean nothing.
Right. Yeah, like I said, I just thought that was pretty.
Yeah.
Well, that was a weird way to go about it.
Right. I thought it was Bush
But it's don't forget about us.
Yeah. And I also think it'll be interesting to see if Sankey does or says anything. I think they were kind of waiting until to see how the remainder of the week went with Ole Miss and LSU still kind of on deck. They weren't sure kind of what could possibly go down or be said.
And look, I
thought both handled themselves extremely well.
What's his name?
Pete Golding.
Pete Golding. I thought he had a great interview. He didn't bash Lane Kiffin. I think it's great. I like the banter of the fans. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like to see that the coaches are kind of friends.
Yeah.
Look, he's got a lot to owe. He owes a lot to Lane.
He wouldn't be in this spot.
Right. He'd still be an assistant coach, bro. Right. Stop.
I think you saw that gratitude. I think we all kind of realized it in the same moment when he was talking. He's like, oh, he realizes that this wasn't because when it happened, I don't think anybody was happy.
Right.
Like, from an Ole Miss perspective, because he had his head coach, like, I could win a national championship as a defensive coordinator. You're walking away from this, and then it became, you're going to be the head coach. Like, oh, pretty good gig for me. I felt ass backwards into a head coaching
I didn't
job
deserve this.
that I would
And
never
it's not a
have
bad
gotten.
program. Like, as much as we hate on
no,
Ole Miss, like,
no.
the cupboard is far from
Lane left him in a
Bare.
great
empty.
spot.
Yeah, like, they've got players. Like, if he does like, Pete Golding has every opportunity
Yes.
to go and do a great job coaching this football
it's
team.
on him.
Right,
It's on
100%.
him. If he fails, it's his fault. Not
100%.
anybody else's fault. I
100%
agree.
agree.
And look, I think I like the guy. I also like, I think, from watching some of the coaches, I didn't watch all of them, but I like the Arkansas coach.
I do
He
too.
was pretty. He was pretty
He's got
like
a hot
hey-
wife, he says.
yeah, I mean, I don't know about all of that. I'm just saying, But I mean, his answers and kind of he had some mannerisms of Kiffin and Saban with the hands motions, and so I think it's going to be a fun season.
He did a great job on the panel with Saban and SEC Network talking about, like, the first thing he did when he got in the facility was, like, changing the light bulbs, making everything brighter. And then
Those little
Saban literally, like, backed him, was like, yeah, when people tell you this is how we've always done it, you're fired.
So I'll tell you this: I got a story when Saban went into Alabama. They had just put up TVs in the locker room, and he walked around with their AD and one of their huge boosters, and he's like, "Take the TVs down," and they're like, "Excuse me," and he's like, "Coach, we just put these up. Like the kids, like last year they didn't have them. This coming year, he goes, I don't want them in here. Take them down."
Yeah.
Midway through the season, he goes, "You know what we need in here? TVs." And they're like, "What? We need TVs." And so I think it's a control thing. I think it's a, hey, I'm here. We're going to do it my way.
An announcement.
Yeah, and so I don't, I mean, look, in the grand scheme of things, what do TVs cost?
Yeah,
I mean, you just paid a man that kind of money, and so I like it. Light bulb. Listen, I say this all the time. The one thing I do, and I know I'm going to get Lloyd fired up. When Brian Kelly first got here, I listened to him talk to the TAF board, and he did say something that has really stuck with me for a while. Consistency breeds success. And so I think the same thing happens when you change a light bulb. Why are you going to wait to change it? Change it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Why are we waiting to change that? Change the light bulb. And just little things like that. That kind of, I mean, I do that in my own life. Why are we waiting to do something? Do it.
Yeah.
It's not going to cost us a whole bunch. You have to do it. Change it.
Knock it out.
Do what you got to do. And so I think I like it. I like all of the SEC coaches except for the Tennessee coach. I just thought,
Dang it, Bobby.
yeah, just
He looks like king of the hill.
He does.
he does, and it's like, come on,
He just
man.
looks scared.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Florida coach is, I think he's pretty good, and I just, look, Summerall. I think I'm just.
I don't want him to be my coach. It was fun to watch him talk.
Yeah, I think I have PTSD for them because they brought in Napier, and they're like, oh, this is the savior, and he didn't do anything, and it's like, oh, here you go again.
Going back to the Louisiana well of not
doing anything.
the big dog.
Not
It's
getting
like
the
you
big
went and
dog.
got the ULL head coach and the Tulane head coach.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know, is that a splash? It feels like it has to be at this point.
Well, it
with
feels like
Tulane.
Summerall's trying to make it a splash.
Oh yeah, like he was the hot. He is acting as if he was the hottest, the hottest commodity
Yes.
that could have been hired in college football, and it's
Well,
not
I think,
the case.
yeah, ego got to him.
Yes.
I mean, look, I go from Tulane to
Throw
to
the
SEC, Florida.
podium at you.
Right.
Yeah.
And no offense, I mean, like, come on, man. And
That-
I think Florida just announced like a $1.6 billion renovation to their stadium,
Really?
I think, to their football stadium, which it definitely needs.
Yeah, it's probably time.
A dump.
It's way older than the Tiger Stadium.
Well, and the one who really got the ego boost this weekend was Ryan Silverfield. Yeah, my wife's pretty hot. Like, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have aura. I know Biggie Smalls. Like, okay, dude.
Yeah, I can recite
Yeah.
Notorious B.I.G.
Okay,
lyrics.
Unk.
Yeah, he unked it.
Yeah, just like
I get it.
he was trying a little
But
too
that's
hard,
that's the spot they're in. Like you have
Right.
to try to make a statement and say something to get eyes on your
Wasn't
program.
Biggie Smalls.
wasn't he the one that, like, when the airplane showed up in Arkansas, like there was nobody at the tarmac?
Yeah.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I think he has to say things like that.
He's gotta
is to
win them
try and
over.
inspire
Yeah.
some level of excitement from the fan base, some level of buy-in from these Arkansas fans who have had nothing to cheer for since, 2011?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Petrino.
Right, like
Or
literally.
Petrino, whichever one it is. Petrino.
Petrino. Yeah.
They were number
Before
3
he
team
wrecked
of the
his bike
Yes,
race.
that was that year. He was they were the number 3 team in the country.
No, that
in
team was
2011.
great. That team was the only teams they lost to were Alabama and
And
LSU.
LSU.
Yeah.
Both were 30-point games, but it was still a good team.
And LSU was losing that game until they
14-0.
weren't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a,
No, like I
But
said,
they haven't. That's been. I mean, LSU. Look, you have your moments in time where where you pop, but
Right.
they haven't had anything in that's 13 years.
Right.
and look, poor Kentucky. They're all they're pumping up is that they got Joe Sloan. They're like, look, I love Joe. Joe's a great guy, but you're Kentucky.
Right.
Well, they got Big Blue Nation. But you know
But
about
they got
Big Blue
BBN.
Nation?
But it's Kentucky. You're a basketball school. Worry about basketball.
They are.
And that's
You
what-
shouldn't even have a football coach.
I
at media
agree.
day.
I think the
agree.
thing for me is I'm so interested to see how it looks for Sloan at
Yeah.
Kentucky because we don't really have much clarity on last season like at all because you know Nuss's injury, but you knew there was a mess between him, Sloan, Kelly. What all was the issue? And really the one that ended up in the best spot after the fact, I mean, Kelly doesn't have a job. Nussmeier was a 7th-round pick, and he's in a great spot, but he's a 7th-round pick. Sloan's still an SEC offensive coordinator. It's like we'll get to see it, and they're on LSU's schedule in October. So it'll be interesting to see. I thought all in all it was a good week for the SEC.
It's a great week for the SEC. Great week for you guys. Look, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed your post. Wyatt, I got to tell you, I know I give you a lot of trouble.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
But you're
Make sure this is on camera. Are we recording?
Hey, stop it.
I'm just
Stop.
kidding.
But these questions that you had were they were really good.
Oh,
I mean,
thank you.
I don't know who gave them to you, or did you come up with them yourself? You ran them through
himself.
chat. But I tell you what, it was really the only thing that kind of got me a little seasick was y'all were walking so fast.
Oh,
and
Lord,
the
me
camera
too.
was down here.
You're telling me.
The camera was down here. I was getting a little seasick here, but it was hats off. I mean, great questions. I couldn't have teed it. You couldn't have. I mean, it was questions that everybody was asking.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So it
That's
was
being
great.
the son of Billy Vaughn.
Billy, you ought to be proud.
Thank
It
you.
was funny. Like, I agree with you because I was impressed with his go. I think we know this about him. He's not scared of anything.
The go-get-him
Yeah,
attitude?
go get it. I want to do these interviews, and they weren't the easiest things to get, but objectively funny. Him walking with Trey'Dez Green, who's
No,
going up the
that's-
stairs 3 stairs at a time.
Yeah.
Wyatt pulls out his phone, and I'm with him, and I can actively hear him breathing before he
Yeah.
starts. It's like,
That
I was
was
like,
the
this is gonna
worst.
be tough.
Yeah, because when we caught Trey'Dez, he's going upstairs, and shout out Trey'Dez. It literally cannot say enough
Yeah.
nice things. The nicest guy ever, smiling the whole time, was so nice to me. Said yes immediately to the interview. But like we're going upstairs, and I'm like, well, we can just wait till we get to the landing right up here. And then I'm like breathing like a hound dog in his ear. I felt so bad, like I can't talk, like, and I know he can hear me, and I feel bad, like,
But you got
but
it.
we got him. We
you got
him.
it. I
We
mean,
got
like
him.
2 of the best interviews. Like, I'm serious. Like, I really, hats off to you for that.
Thank you.
Even
I
though it
appreciate
cost
it.
you a little cardio, but I mean,
No,
look,
that
now
helps.
you have something.
That's the phase of life I'm in. I need cardio.
Now you have a little something to look forward to and a goal next year for Media Day.
We're gonna make it up to
Shape.
step.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not going to be huffing and puffing next
That's right.
Well-
Where were you at?
year. I was in the
He was in the
press
main
conference room.
media
Oh,
room. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Where were you? we had a plan. I don't know where he was.
Trailing that, and then I was also I was filming and doing things.
Well, so are they that tall that you filmed from your knees?
What you mean?
Like Whit Weeks is filming, like you had the camera down here.
Oh, it was just that was in Wyatt's hands.
No, that was Wyatt filming. I was filming when they were on the podium.
Oh, gotcha.
So now it does suck being short because people try to crouch and go underneath you, and you're like, you're still my fucking way, dude. I'm not fucking. But I can't do that because it's media day.
Yeah, you don't have to be so angry.
There was this one tall guy. That
I
kept
knew
walking in
he was
front
going
of
to
me,
bring him
Yeah.
up.
and he walked in front of me a second time, but he didn't go in. He didn't walk all the way past me. He stopped, turned around, and went back, and so that pissed me off. I just spilled my drink.
Did you say anything?
We're good.
Did
And
you say anything to him?
the next time he was gonna do it, and this
You
sounds
put your
pussy,
hand out.
I was about to be like, "Hey, bro, get the fuck out." And he was like, you see John Eads? He's probably John Eads' height. He wasn't as big as John Eads, but he was
Sorry,
probably
bud.
that tall, like 6'2".
You got him.
He's probably a little taller than Wyatt.
Listen,
probably.
another thing is,
And he was in a suit. He
I learned
looked
a
so
lot about your
fucking
family this
stupid.
weekend. I learned a lot
Me?
about your
Oh
family.
Lord.
I learned a lot about your family.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I was with one of your
So
dad's.
ask how.
I was with one of your dad's clients.
He's gonna tell me. Yeah. Okay.
And who's also good friends with your other uncle, Pup.
Okay. Who was that? What's his name?
I can't go into that on
He's not gonna do
air.
that.
I can't divulge all of this stuff on
All right.
air.
One of my dad's
that's a
clients
novel
or
approach.
patients?
Patience.
Oh, okay, okay.
Your dad's a dentist, right?
Yeah, I just
Well,
was making sure you're talking about my dad.
Yeah, I know it's your dad.
Okay.
I know it's your dad.
Nice.
They did say your mom and dad are solid people.
Yeah.
Solid
There we
people.
go.
They are. They
I
are.
told him, I say, Christian's not a bad guy
Yeah.
himself.
They're by the book, like me.
Yeah.
You know what you're
Which
getting with me, all
book?
right? All right. Look, we
We
know what
talked
we're
about you
talking
turning
about.
21 and being able to gamble on legal gambling sites and not
Made a lot of money off
Kalshi or
that.
whatever. Kalshi, whatever.
Right. Yep, Kalshi, the
Yeah.
trading market.
Got dumped on by a bird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
that was-
talked to-
That was
talked
unbelievable.
about that. It's lucky though, man.
Had to
It
be.
is.
It is very like I really should have placed some sort of bet or something, but
Right. But it was awesome, man. Y'all did really good content. I loved it.
yeah,
I
it was
loved
fun.
seeing it.
Well, thank you
Thank
for giving
you.
us the opportunity.
Thank you for
Thanks
making
to
it
y'all.
possible.
Absolutely. Now move on to Ole Miss.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's what I said
man.
yesterday because I went and looked at like all of our numbers, our engagements and views and everything from the week, which I
was
think is the
huge.
best week we've had. And I was like, but I think that week of Ole Miss is probably going to take the cake. Like I even because I know the coaches did a very good job of not making it seem like it was that big of a deal. I don't think the media members made it seem that big of a deal either. But seeing the engagement and the activity on social media between LSU and Ole Miss fans, I was like, it's only going to get.
Oh, there's no
It's
doubt
gonna be
about
unbelievable.
it. I mean, the weeks leading up to that,
Yes.
especially if LSU does well.
Right.
It's got to win too.
I think if both teams are 2-0 going into that game, it's going to be unbelievable.
Well, and it's football. Like
Right.
we'll have our feet wet a little bit. You'll be 2 weeks into the year. You'll have some narratives, and then it'll be okay. We circled this one a year ago, and now it's finally here, and it's just going to be because it's already deemed. No matter what happened, it's already been deemed game day. It's already a deal. But when I think you see how LSU plays, and if Ole Miss is undefeated and LSU is like, oh wait, they're better than we thought. This game is going.
Because they'll both
it's
have
going to be
powerful
massive.
wins behind them over Clemson
And it'll get
and
nasty
Louisville.
again.
Yeah.
And so here's what I don't want to happen is, y'all remember when Les Miles was here and the offense came out pretty vanilla? We holding back for the Alabama game. We don't want to show our hand. Please show your hand.
Yeah,
Please
see,
show
that's-
it.
Yeah.
Pull the ace out of the sleeves. Just do what you got to do. Don't be vanilla, please. I don't want that to happen again.
As the elder
I'm worried about
statesman
that.
of this group,
Yes.
I have seen that. I lived the
Yes,
Les
you have.
Miles-
We talked about your family as well.
Ah.
Yes, we did. We
Potty
talked,
mouth.
We talked about potty mouth. We
Yes.
talked about all of that. Yeah, I just my wife and I had a big discussion last night on our way home. We drive in 2.5 hours, and she says, we're going to a Gonzaga basketball game? I go, no, it's a weekend at a Texas game. She goes, are you kidding me? You're going to go to football? And I literally looked at her and go, the Texas game is the hottest ticket in
100%.
Tiger Stadium this year. Oh, no. I go, here's the deal. I will buy you tickets to the Gonzaga game. I am not missing the Texas game.
Yeah.
So
We'll have LSU basketball on you had it on TV.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not
No,
worried
like
about that.
that's the thing is like even the not that big LSU football fans like that first weekend especially like the Clemson game number 1 like I was on a Clemson podcast talking about that game and I was like look I know Death Valley has some nights where it doesn't look that great. South Carolina last year where they fall out at halftime. Texas A&M when it gets taken over. I was like, I can promise you, like 100% guarantee, the game that you come to Death Valley, it is Death Valley.
That is going to be the biggest game, but for several reasons. Lane's first game in Tiger Stadium,
All the excitement around that.
First home game.
Right.
We've been waiting. You live through the coaching firing. You
Yep.
live through the hiring. You live through the media days, and now it's time. It's time to.
What is this going to look like?
Hate to say this, put on a condom because we're getting ready to,
Yeah.
and
I got you.
and so you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
why
right?
is what you're talking about for sure.
Yeah, and so I think it's going to be exciting. I think as we're getting closer. We're getting really close.
No, that's what
and
we were
so-
talking about like last week. With it being our first time going to media days and covering it, so it's a week full of just talking about football and thinking about football, and then you get back here, and practice doesn't start for another week or two, and so it's like these 2 weeks between, you're just kind of like, what am I supposed to do?
A lot of built-up anxiety,
Right.
because I can't wait. Who's covering football practice?
All of us, but we'll probably send Christian out. Christian and Wyatt will get sent out there.
I think we got to see. Have they told us like how many?
We got to figure out how many credentials we can get and what time it's at. Because the
Right.
time check, like if it's in the morning, then I got to send him so we can do this. If it's
Right.
not, then I'll go to some. But we'll map it out.
And hopefully we get access because Brian Kelly was very generous with the
He
full
was.
practice access. So I don't know if Lane switches it up because in spring he was generous, but I can see him changing.
Year
it, so.
one is the year you get the most access.
Yeah.
If it goes well, you'll be fine. If it doesn't,
So
Make a change.
no cussing people out for walking in front of you.
Nope, people can walk from me all they want at fall practice.
I'm gonna send you with a step stool,
Okay.
Yeah.
and that way nobody. Hey,
Okay. Just make sure it's not too heavy so I can carry it.
no, it's not gonna be.
No, give him one of those. Have you ever seen those chairs that attach to your legs so you can sit down all the time? Just do that. That just raises it up. Yeah.
I don't know.
that would be great.
That's pretty
You've never
funny.
seen the
No,
chair
never seen
the chair legs?
Nope, I've seen the jerk off pants though.
Oh yeah, remember those?
No, I don't remember.
Okay.
that.
Yep.
That
Even
turned.
I don't
That
know
turned.
what
Christian
That
remembers
turned. That
those.
turned weird.
Shout out to Christian.
Yeah.
We did get a $10 super chat and a $2 super chat. 10 claps. Ready. This got skipped due to media days. Well, Argent FIFA, 0 shots in 120 minutes. Messi under 15 touches. LOL, kind of crazy when it's a fair called game. What happens? Finally played a real team. LFG Wyatt. Then 2 claps. Ready. Football won, world won when they lost. So there's
2 weeks removed, and we're still like
Yeah,
cages
like,
and
hey,
chasing my tail. Of
Hey
this
boss, get over FIFA.
Shit.
It's over with.
It's over.
It's real
Talk
football
about this for
season.
4
It's
more
Coming after
years.
me in that though.
Why? Because you're the soccer guy.
well,
I'm
he's
an
the
Argent-
Messi guy.
Argentina
You're the Messi
fan,
guy.
and
I
it's-
know, and look,
Oh well, they made the final and got beat badly. Oh, we're all right.
huge.
Like,
And look, okay, FIFA's over. Go on, move
It's
on.
a real football season.
Let's talk
now.
about football, American football.
I
Let's
can't
go.
wait.
Listen, I was all about FIFA. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
Like it was. I don't want to say
was fun.
consumed, but it was fun.
yeah.
Especially the England-France game. But it's over with.
over, yeah.
It's
We
fun to
don't-
take your mind off
Of
of like
not
waiting for real football.
football,
Now
correct.
that it's over, it's like, all right, let's
Dude,
fucking wrap it up here.
Football season's got to get here.
Yeah,
Like-
the college
You know-
football game is not
Well, it's
doing
not
the
doing it
dopamine
anymore.
hits.
You know
that
what
it
makes
was.
me more excited, just as much as excited for football season?
What's that?
It means basketball's right behind it.
There you go.
Basketball's
be
right
Best
behind
time
it.
of the
I
year.
heard Will spoke a little bit at the Louisiana High School Coaches Association.
did?
They asked him about
He
his
did.
roster, and he said, "Oh, we're all good.
Yeah,
Got nothing to worry about."
Y'all
I
missed
saw
it. Y'all missed
RJ Luis getting some shots up in the facility.
He was, I don't know if y'all saw him. He was up here for my birthday Wednesday, and yeah, I met him, went and saw him on a Sunday after, and yeah, we've talked a bunch, and
Good
he's
spot.
good. He's good.
He seems pretty comfortable and confident.
He's very comfortable, very confident. It's another big talk. I mean, everybody, of course, asked me. I was out and about all weekend fishing, and the whole talk on the boat, well, not the whole talk, but one of the big talks on the boat was about Will Wade and what's going on with him and how's things. And look at this. Bam.
There it is. RJ.
Bam.
Yeah, people keep saying he's not going to play. I
Bam.
keep seeing him practicing
he's-
in Baton Rouge.
Bam.
He's here.
He's probably playing.
I didn't hear that kid from Kentucky's in town, I think. And so, yeah, I mean, look, I basketball is the least of my worries. I
There
have
you go.
zero worries about roster and stuff like that.
I agree.
I did ask him, I'm like, hey, man, when are you going to finalize that? He goes, when school starts.
That's what I loved his answer. Was like, I don't know who's been announced, who hasn't been announced. I guess I need to get with Ken on that. I was like, good answer.
Yeah. So he's doing good. He's very. I got to be honest with you. I saw him Sunday a week ago yesterday, and he's real relaxed.
Yeah.
Just real relaxed, and I'm like,
It seems to be a common theme around LSU right now because I thought like one of the things we talked about with Kiffin and them last week, like the players, Kiffin, they all looked calm, relaxed, confident.
excited.
Like,
Yeah,
they're
like they're
smiling.
ready. They're ready. I mean, like Whit Weeks tells you he wants to bring the nasty back in.
Right.
In the defense. I'm like, man, that just pumps me up. Like, dude, this guy. I mean, he is the poster child for LSU right now, and he's always smiling. All three of them
They were
like
just smiling the whole time.
ear to ear. Like they took pictures of them on the tarmac before they flew to Tampa, all smiling. The video of them getting their suits, all smiling, and so it was just awesome. It's really awesome to see. I don't know, even though we had a lot of expectations last year for football, I don't know that you saw that kind of confidence from the players last year.
I think they were all kind of wondering who their leader was from a coaching perspective. Like they didn't have like that same, like Lane Kiffin has been in the building so much. It's like, okay, this is how we move.
I don't think they can get him out of the building.
Right. And it was Brian Kelly
Brian Kelly was opposite. He wasn't in the building. They couldn't get him in the building.
Right. And so now I feel like that's where they have so much, I would imagine, more confidence. Like, okay, our leader is that guy. He's here. I know what direction we're moving. And then it is great to have Whit back because he obviously could have left, but to have that perspective of somebody that feels very much like Louisiana, talking about LSU football that way and LSU defense, like remember who you are, like the Lion King, where this man's like that's LSU football. Let's get back to that.
Right. And he's kind of like, to me, sounds like he's kind of taking it on as a personal mission to get LSU back to that.
I mean, because for him, like you got the 3 years he's been here, right? His freshman year is the worst LSU defense ever, but that is also the most successful season he's been a part of.
Right.
They go 10-3, and then 9-4, and then 7-6. Like they just got worse as 3. So it is like I don't know how you couldn't take it personally.
Right.
Like if you care, like if you actually care,
right?
How could you not? And that was the cool thing because he does care, and you're seeing like no, like that can't be my legacy here. Even though like that is a personal thing, like it's a team thing. Like for him to take the team,
and
that
say
personally
in
is
a
awesome.
defense, and just say this is what I want to get us back to. And I feel like I could see him in the locker room getting the defense pumped up, hey man, get your shit together, let's go.
Yeah,
And so I'm excited about it. Like I
said,
it's
I think he gets 18.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it's a good fit. I mean, he's been here for 3 years. He's hate to say it, he's the poster boy for what you're trying to get back to. And so hats off to him, man. I hope that kid stays healthy.
Yeah.
I hope I've met him a few times. Like you said, he's just always polite, always smiling. I met some football players in the past, like, I'm so-and-so.
Right.
Ooh. He's not like that. Very down to earth. Same thing with Trey'Dez.
Yeah.
I mean, guy's huge. We saw that.
Yeah.
That's
a great picture.
Great picture. And so, to see those kids smile, that it's going to be good.
I kind of figured that was going to be the case going in. Trey'Dez is the one that like really surprised me. Not that I didn't think he was like that.
He doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah, he's just quiet. Like we just haven't seen a ton of that from him in his LSU career. And so to be able to like stand there and talk to him and like, I mean, he literally stopped because I was breathing so heavy. Like he's such a nice guy.
He saw you already. He's like, man,
he threw the L up for you.
He threw the L up, like just an infectious personality. And we didn't get to talk to Daugherty one-on-one, but I think the same goes for him. So it was refreshing.
Is there a lot of expectations for him, you think?
Daugherty?
Yeah.
Daugherty,
and I think that was the cool thing about last week was with SEC Media Days, when you choose your 3, you're making a statement not only to everybody, you're making a statement to the team. Like, these are the 3 guys we're taking. Like, TJ Daugherty was picked because I think the other 2 were shoe-ins. Like, they 100% those 2 are going. You picked Daugherty over Benefield. You picked him over Sam Levitt. You picked him over
a lot of people wanted Sam Levitt there, and I kind of like it. Like, hey, man.
No, you got to prove yourself to be a leader. Like when you choose those 3 guys, you're announcing the team. These 3 are your leaders.
And the last thing we need to do is step off a plane and hurt his ankle, or we don't need another. Yeah. We don't need another. We don't need another injury.
No, we don't.
In the quarterback.
But I think the expectation for Daugherty, he was the leading tackler in the SEC last year, and I thought he was great. Like he came up the stairs at one point to go to the bridge to go across the other hotel, and me and Lloyd were sitting right there, and he like came up, like he said hello to both of us. It was just that they have such great personalities. They're great representatives.
And I also think that's part of having Lane as the coach. Mm-hmm. Like Kelly was what was he, Lloyd?
A baby.
Wow. Yeah, Yeah, and so like he wasn't very social, and so you see these kids, Lane's very social and in more ways than one, and,
Right?
And these kids are just smiling and look,
Yeah, they were great.
It's fun. It's fun to see that. It's fun. It's like they're having fun because look, the bottom line is you're getting paid, but it's also a game.
Yeah,
Well,
it's still football.
So,
especially like at SEC Media Days, that's not something that the players necessarily are going to always be excited about. Like, we watched Kewan Lacey, who looked like he would have rather
Had gotten
set
He
himself
wanted to
on
be
fire
there.
than
Right.
be there. I mean, he did not want to be there at all, which, look, I mean,
Each their own.
yeah, no discredit to him. Like, if I was a player, I don't know how I would want to be there, but the LSU players seemed like they wanted to be there. They loved hanging out with each other. They loved to be able to put themselves on that stage and be able to represent the university.
So here's my thing, and if he's listening, I know this isn't probably the best thing, but what I would do to see Whit Weeks just destroy Lacey and then kind of stand above him like,
I like the Jackson
See-
Dart picture.
hello.
I want it to be Daughtery.
Either
I'm-
one.
I'm
I
just
mean, look,
yeah.
petty.
okay,
I
they
think
can
it-
both have one.
Yeah, one in each is fine. But if
Yeah.
I had to pick, I think I want Daughtery to make a massive play in that game because I do feel bad for him. Like, he's gotten kind of shit on a lot on social media by the Ole Miss fans. The leading fucking tackler in the SEC last
Right.
year, and they're going to act like he was just this bad player.
They call him Sage Ryan.
Right, okay.
Oh yeah,
Fucking-
right. Come on.
All right,
I mean,
dude.
jeez, Louise.
So,
I mean, Christian
Well,
could've
and
done
he's
better.
playing under Pete Golding defense. Now he's under Blake Baker defense.
And he's
So,
playing next to Whit Weeks and Devon Keys and
Yeah.
the rest of that defense. That was the funny thing was I got home and my younger brother, he was like, man, after listening to Whit and TJ talk, he was like, I just don't think I'm worried about the defense at all. So it kind of just depends on the offense. I was like,
It's a
you're
good
worried
spot
about
to
the
be in.
offense?
Yeah.
I was like, Lane Kiffin's your head coach.
Yeah, I
You got to
don't.
be worried about something.
Max was like, so what are you worried about? And I was like,
Health.
I was like, they got to stay healthy.
That's a good.
That's
thing.
the only. That's the answer.
I mean,
worry about
you do
anything.
have a little concern on Sam Levitt. Can he prove himself?
Yeah.
Can he do this? And I don't think it'll be for lack of preparation.
Yeah, no, not at all. I
don't
think he'll be
think-
ready. Like, he's in a system that will make his life so much easier.
Right.
You just have to allow it to make your life easier.
I'm not gonna lie, and this is PTSD. Little offensive line. Let's
See it.
Let's see that we don't want Sam Levitt getting destroyed. Or whoever the quarterback is, it's got to be Sam Levitt.
Yeah.
Paying him
Yes.
so much money, but
Well, and I think that would be the biggest concern throughout the entire fall, whatever, until you played. But when you got Seton, it felt like that answered that question too. Because
Right.
like now you have the best left tackle that was
In the
available
country, yeah.
And it's like if he'll be a first round pick, it's like, well, he's already been good,
Right.
And now he's at LSU. You would hope he would continue just to do what you just did, and you'll be fine.
Right.
Same thing with Levitt, and it was.
and that's what worries me. I mean, that's what I look back and I'm like, what did the last staff do or didn't do? Like, did y'all not practice? Did you? I mean, I know you practiced. Like, what was
They practiced. We were there.
What
They did
was?
practice.
But
They didn't do much. It was the same thing every day.
they followed their leader.
Yeah, Brad Kelly was yelling about water a lot.
I don't know if it was
he
water.
did
Yeah.
yell about, yeah.
I mean,
Then I want
meaning-
my water bottle.
No, you can't have mine.
Yeah.
Key is bottle.
Uh-huh.
Wah wah.
Yeah. but yeah, I thought it was all in all successful week for LSU, and they also had multiple first team All-SEC selections and second teams as well. But they had how many first teamers? 5 first team All-SEC. Trey'Dez Green was first team tight end. Jordan Seaton, first team offensive tackle. Prince Wu Monmielen was first team defensive line. Whit Weeks, first team linebacker. And Grant Chadwick, first team punter. And then 2 second teamers in DJ Pickett and Ty Benefield. And then 2 third teamers in Braylon Moore and TJ Daughtery. So 2 All-SEC offensive linemen. Your quarterback obviously not on this list. 2 All-SEC linebackers, an All-SEC defensive lineman, and 2 All-SEC DBs.
Pretty
Some
good.
Pretty good
I like it.
compliments.
Good mix of
like it.
portal and recruits.
Yes. Yeah. You
I
gotta-
think it's interesting to have Pickett and Benefield both second team. Because I think that's kind of the opposite. Like Benefield's a guy who's proven coming in. He's absolutely, I have no doubt. I think he's going to be on the first team to end the season. But then Pickett's kind of an unproven guy. They're kind of betting on.
They're
his
projecting
development.
on one and betting like they've seen the other.
Right, and I think I rewatched the Whit Weeks, my Whit Weeks interview the other day, and that specific question where I asked him about DJ Pickett. If you look at his face, as soon as he realizes I'm asking about DJ Pickett, he goes, "Oh." And I've never been more confident in DJ Pickett since rewatching that. So
and with the answers they had on PJ, like I'm excited to see what that looks like. Randy Jones, Uncle Randy, $2 super chat, 2 claps, ready. Welcome back, Chucky Sunshine. When there's a Will, there's a Wade, he says.
Yes, I like it. I like it.
But a lot of good vibes around LSU athletics right now. A very, very exciting time.
And we got to give a shout out to Wyatt too. Second time we give you a shout out today. You wore pants.
I did wear pants.
He wore pants every day.
I did wear pants every day.
Did he wear shorts the first day?
He did.
Well,
you just landed and it wasn't
we had
that
just
big of a deal.
landed
It
with
wasn't that
no
big
one
of a
else
deal.
changed.
And,
but
and let me go back to something. That hot dog wasn't very good.
no.
What? He
No.
didn't finish it.
No, I didn't finish it. Well, part of that's the Retta. I probably would have finished that,
What's that?
even though it wasn't
What
that
is a
good.
Retta?
What's Retta?
Peptides.
Oh.
But
that
it
legal?
was
Yeah.
the like glizzy itself, like the wiener, was actually not bad, but there was too much bread, and it looked on the outside as if the bun looked phenomenal, but there was
Too
too
much.
much bread. The bread to
So much
meat
ketchup
ratio
was
too.
was
The
out
ketchup
of control.
and mustard
way
was
out of control.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
get
you-
any
you-
meat. All I was getting was bread.
and
sauce.
mustard.
Yeah, I did. I messed up
bro. Like, yeah, you needed a napkin.
I messed up the condiments. Well, I didn't have you there to make my hot dog.
That's
There's
true.
no onions, which you're losing points for that.
I agree. Where did you get this dog from?
This is
in
for
the
media.
media
JW
snack room.
Marriott watermark,
You had a media snack
Water
room?
Street.
Water Street,
Oh,
whatever.
how many meals
Tampa
did they
Marriott
have?
Water Street. Do what?
How many meals did they have for
So
us?
you-
It's definitely they know what the media needs.
Yes, they have. They serve lunch for the media from at 11:30 to like 12:30 or 1, and then from 3 to 4:30 they have snacks.
Which was just like it was like hot dogs.
It was
and
between
like chicken nuggets,
like
stuff
the,
like that.
the
Perfect.
morning-
Right in your wheelhouse. Had
yeah.
the dogs been good.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You should
Had
have
some donuts too, though. Those donuts were good.
You know what I would
I
have
didn't
done?
have the desserts. Some of the desserts.
You know what you
were
should have done?
What's that?
You should have made a quick run to a grocery store and got
I
some
know.
good buns and brought BYOB. Bring
Yeah,
your own
yeah,
bun.
bring
Your own
Buns.
Well,
buns.
and I will say part of the thing that messed me up was the condiments. They weren't in the little like squirt bottles. They were in a cup with a spoon.
Yeah, you
I-
can't
it's
do that.
harder.
That
it's
is
harder
that
to
is
do that.
not good.
Right.
But I
and
tell you
Can't
what-
control the flow.
Right, and then the consistency of the ketchup and the mustard is different. So I kind of under ketchuped and over mustarded.
Over-mustarded.
Yeah.
And it's just
And you
it
know what
was
else
a
I don't
mess.
like about sometimes when you get that kind of ketchup? The ketchup, some people put like a sweet ketchup in there. I
Yeah.
don't like a sweet ketchup. I like a tangy
I like
ketchup.
it. It's got to have a tang. It's
Yes.
got to have a nice like bitter tanginess.
I agree.
to it.
But they take great care of the media.
They do.
Mr. Fun took great care of us. We had access to the concierge lounge, which
Whoa.
was very nice.
That's awesome.
We got a nice little breakfast in the morning, a little
Yeah.
dinner and dessert. It was it was a pretty good
It
week
was
in
an
Tampa,
unbelievable
Florida.
stay. Yeah, we were
Wined and
21:10.
dined.
We were off the elevator, first door on your left. Like that was unbelievable. We
And
had,
they were like-
we had balcony access. We had pool access.
We'd
like,
run
we
into
couldn't
some
have done it better.
media members. They're like, "Where y'all staying?" And we'd be like,
Here.
"Here."
Oh, yeah, we're
And
here.
they're like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, they weren't. Not everybody was staying there.
No.
And
I mean,
actually,
I
I
would-
think majority weren't.
That was the funniest part where we're like running into like Jock and like John. They're like, "Yeah, we're at the Westin down the street." Like, okay, boys, see y'all later. We're going up to the room.
Right.
It's awesome.
Hey, starts at 8:30. I'm getting up at 8:25.
Exactly Lloyd's point.
Like
Sometimes not even that.
But the SEC also puts on an excellent.
They do.
event. Like they had.
It was
for
unbelievable.
Monday,
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday night. They had 3 different events for us to go to. Little social mixers, free food, free drink. We got
Yeah.
to go to. There's a bar in Tampa for the first one. Then to the Tampa Bay Lightning Arena,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and then to the Buccaneers football stadium, which is all
Nice.
very nice.
Did you get to ride on the pirate ship?
We did.
We
We
did go on
got
the
to go.
ship.
They kind of. It was nice. They treated us like adults.
Adults.
And they
You could just
literally-
go.
You are.
I know, but I don't think of myself as one.
Right.
But like you literally could have just like walked out the door and
You could
like
have walked
just
onto the
walked,
field.
Right. Just walked all the way around the stadium. We got to go on the pirate ship,
Yep.
like
With the mascot?
With the mascot, like
Yeah.
it was
We
that
lived
was
there,
very
so-
cool.
Lives on a pirate ship.
Yeah, we were going.
And then he didn't like them too because they're
Saints
obviously
fans.
Saints
Yeah,
fans.
he tried to shake my hand on the way in, and I said, "Who dat, brother?"
Christian
Chopper
went all the
style
way
on him.
around the. So they had like a walk-in where they have a band playing, and these people are all dressed up like pirates, and they have a red carpet. It's for us, like
Yeah.
the people that are going. Christian sees it, immediately gets upset, and just walks around the entire thing so he doesn't have to go through it.
Skipped it. I don't want to deal with that.
And I fought with the guy in the lobby.
Yeah, then he got in a fight, and then he got in a fight with what's his
The
name?
Buccaneer was cool as fuck.
He was cool though. He was a
What's
good
his-
sport.
What was
I
his
forgot
mascot
what
name?
I forgot what his name was.
Bucky? Is it
Jack
Bucky?
Sparrow.
No,
Bucky,
it was
no.
Captain something.
Hey, what about he's better than the Saints
Captain
mascot?
Fear.
Yeah.
Or Captain
The big
Something
jaw.
like
It is Captain Fear. That's
Booty
what it
pirate.
is. Yeah, I don't like the one with the jaw. What are
Yeah.
we doing?
I asked him if he had any booty on the ship. He said something like,
Christian,
"Yeah,
before
because
you
Spencer
say this-
Rattler's ass," and I'm like, oh, "That's
Christian
not even
finds a way to
quarterback
get
anymore.
mascots to speak to him.
Yeah, I was literally like twice in like 3
Mascot
weeks.
He got the Rougarou mascot to whisper something in his ear, and now he got the Buccaneers.
Just
to
hope
talk to
it-
him.
Shout out Josh Hoover.
Well, one of them be a girl mascot one of these days, so I can, talk to her through the,
Yeah.
What happened? What happened to you? Never mind. Off air. Off air. Off air. Off air. Off air.
But once again, thank y'all. It was a great
Absolutely.
week.
No,
Like as
thank
much
you.
as
It was
Media
awesome.
Day was awesome, for us to just be in Tampa, it was a
That's
great
awesome.
time.
Good. Good. I'm
It was a great
glad.
time.
Tampa was
Tampa's
Awesome.
a
Great
town.
town.
just the city itself.
Tampa's a great
I
town.
thought it was kind of going to be
Last
a dump,
time-
and we get on the balcony. We're on the water. It's
So-
beautiful. There's
Last-
women everywhere. It was awesome.
Last time I was there was for the SEC basketball tournament. The year Will got fired, but it was we stayed in the exact same hotel. Very,
Yeah.
very, very nice place.
Really nice.
Tampa's a great city.
Yeah.
I think we ate at Burns Steakhouse. Where else did we? We had a couple of really nice places when we were there. It was nice. It was fun, other than coming home to
Right.
the shit show that we had here.
American
Oh,
Social.
that.
Yeah. Hats off to getting rid of those two buffoons that caused that issue, and I mean buffoons.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
In a good spot now.
Yeah,
When's
great spot.
basketball media days?
I don't know.
I think it's in Birmingham. Did we look that up? It's in Birmingham.
Might have to
I
send
believe
you all of
so.
that.
Yeah.
Come on.
We'll do it.
I don't.
It'll be
It's gonna
as
be
nice as Tampa. But
Yeah, it's going to be more difficult to do the walking interviews. I might need a translator with me.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, well, for our team.
I would
Yeah.
assume Will's gonna bring some of the portal guys with him that are from
know.
America to media.
How many
know-
do they bring? 3, just like football?
I think they bring
so.
two.
Probably
Two or three.
Yeah.
So here's what I think we ought to do. I think we ought to get y'all like a van, like the Scooby Doo van,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and have it wrapped Tingle and Co.
I love it.
Southern Regional Medical Center.
And that way y'all could.
Send it.
That'd be fun. It
Yeah,
would
that'd
be
be a
fun.
great time.
Yeah.
Panda Watch.
No, that'd be great for even for the road trips as well, like to Oxford.
Yeah.
Send it in the van.
Yeah. We can go live from in
I'll
there.
have
Do
to work on
everything
that.
from in there. It'd be a lot
Turn
of fun.
up in there.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
work.
nice.
I'm gonna have to
Nice.
work. The rooms were nice.
Oh my
beautiful.
gosh.
Oh, that's what I was about to say.
People were surprised. They were like, "Wait, y'all had two? Y'all didn't have to share a room together?" We were
Oh,
like,
yeah, they were-
no, not anymore.
They were trying to put us on blast in the chat, like, oh, 4 guys in one room, typical. I wonder who's sleeping with whom. And we're like, no. Nuh-uh. We have 4 beds and
This is
2
what happens when you get
rooms.
sponsors.
That's right.
This is what happens when you get
You could have
sponsors.
said that last year, and we'd have had to take it with a smile on.
Exactly.
Now,
Not
no, I'm
anymore.
going
We
to
can
my
def-
room.
We can defend ourselves.
That's right.
Yes.
And
So
what's funny
what was
is,
the rooming situation?
so me and Noah,
Yeah.
and then Chrissy and Lloyd.
Yep, just how we like it.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're in separate beds. I mean,
I
Well,
know.
what
I
is-
know. I booked
I
the room.
can't room with either one of these, but I know.
You definitely.
I know
could.
I got Lloyd's back. Lloyd's got my back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's
Good.
awesome.
It did work out that way. They just picked out
Yeah.
Courtney over here, Tingle over here. and
I went
Christian
with
just-
Noah
yeah.
had the Xbox, so
You,
I.
your flights were good coming from DC?
They were fine.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
We landed maybe 5 minutes before Christian.
It was
so we
perfect.
walked
Worked out
in,
beautifully.
ate, Watched
was
him
nice.
walk off. It was very good.
Great
Mom's-
flight back.
Mom's not mad at you?
Cars.
Nope. She
she
was
proud
of
all
you?
good. Oh yeah, she thought the video. Remember the video Noah dropped yesterday? It was like 2 minutes long. It was like a recap. She loved it. I was
that-
cursing in it. She
That was
loved
a
the
great
She
video.
thought it was hilarious. She saw wide on the scale whenever it said error. She couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
I know that
is-
part of the video comes up. My mom goes, "Oh."
Yeah.
I started dying laughing.
Thank you.
Because
I was saying.
it's just it cuts from something to Wyatt shirtless
Shirtless.
on the scale. It was just Roni's out.
Hey, listen. As long as you're checking.
Yeah.
I am checking.
How you down a bunch?
Yeah, I'm down from like that video. Like
No,
10
but I mean like
pounds.
overall. Since you,
Yeah.
What are you down?
like
how many?
15.
Nice.
Yes, come on. It's a fucking. You're 1 for 1 right now, single.
Yeah,
First
1 for
AB.
1. Yep, we're doing okay.
Ready for the fucking cycle, fellas. The natural cycle.
But it was funny. The rooming thing was funny because it got to a point where, like, obviously during the night, like, we're just hanging out in the room, you know, whether it's like strategy, talking, or just bullshit.
Hanging out, yeah.
And it gets to a point where it's like, well, it's 1 a.m. Like, we're all still in one room hanging out. Eventually, they have to leave and they have to go to bed.
The rooms are next to each other, or
No,
No,
theirs
different
was
floors.
on the 21st floor. Ours was on 19, so not too far.
Not bad at all.
No,
And
it
then
was
the
right there.
concierge was on 24, so it was a nice. Anytime we were going to go up to their room, we'd be like, we'll go to 24
Concierge first.
and then-
Yeah,
Mhm.
right.
nice. Good.
So, it was
well,
very-
congratulations.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely, I enjoyed it.
No.
Yeah,
It is probably the most legit thing we've done.
It is.
in terms of we've shot our shots out there. We've tried to do Omaha and do it
Yep.
our way. Having this, it was like, oh, this is
There's a lot of people looking at us
it's
and
so
going,
much easier.
oh, they're
yeah,
here.
it legitimized us. It legitimized the company a little
Definitely.
bit. It felt like
Absolutely.
we actually
Well,
got some real
you
nods.
should.
Yeah.
You
There
should.
we go.
Stamp
of approval.
That's
There
right.
we go.
All right, guys.
But
Enjoy it.
we'll take a quick break here. We'll come back. We'll close it out right after this.
Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granning at GOMART and On The Go Deli.
GOMART has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
All right, welcome back here as we close out this Monday morning show. It is nice to be back home. It was cool to kind of reminisce on last week in Tampa, Florida. It's also a quick shout out to our guy Hunter Hall. Sent us a little bit of spending cash for the company on while we were in Tampa. Same with P-Dub. Took great care of us. Hunter Hall also, I believe, sent in this nice little Tingle & Co. 30-30-30 Club homage of a cup here. As you can see, the crew here in front of Tiger Stadium. There's one member of the crew, pretty easy to pick out. But shout out to Hunter Hall for taking care of us while we were in Tampa, but also a nice little gift when we got back home, housewarming for our return back to Baton Rouge here. It's nice to be back. Good to see Chucky Sunshine make his way in. I'm sure we'll see Mr. Fun not too long. As he was upset we didn't have any gambling access while we were in Florida to send us some picks, some winners. But one little thing we want to talk about before we close out this morning's show, some LSU baseball news as LSU signee and second-round pick Logan Schmidt will not sign with the Guardians and will now make a decision between coming to LSU or going to JUCO. As he was a second-round pick, didn't get as much as he thought he was going to get in signing bonus. This is the one we had the conversation about prior to the draft, about the money and the situation and how it seemed very volatile on what could go on. And now you see he's not signing with the Guardians. So now choosing between LSU and JUCO for where he'll spend this next season. Of course, JUCO would potentially be just a one-year decision. LSU would instead be at least a 2-year decision and make it take longer to get to the draft. Do we think we know which way this one is leaning?
I don't know, because just reading from what happened with Logan Schmidt, it felt like he does want a big time, obviously wants a big number.
Right.
I don't know if you can get even something comparable to what he was asking, $3 to $4 million from the Guardians, and the Guardians drafted him without an agreement in place. They just said, we're taking you, and we'll figure it out later. They've obviously, since then, regret that decision as they wasted a second-round pick and didn't have enough money to be able to fulfill what Schmidt was looking for. But if it's that amount of money, I don't see him taking the longest route to the big leagues, if this is what he's concerned about. I don't know. Like, you've seen LSU have a lot of luck recently, certainly with draftable players or high school players that maybe you thought would go that are now coming to LSU. I don't know what that conversation is. I would imagine LSU would be thrilled to get a lefty that throws upper 90s that can start for you and for 3 years. I would think LSU's interested in having that conversation. I just don't know what the number is to where it's like, okay, this is well worth it for 3 years.
Yeah. No, I agree. Wyatt, do you have any feel?
I gotcha. To me, like, just the fact that he, and this is very, like, surface level, no inside info or anything, but, like, just the fact that it is a decision between JUCO and LSU makes me feel like he's probably going to go JUCO. As I said, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, obviously, but if you're considering JUCO over LSU, it seems like one of these high school prospects who's just not super interested in going and playing college baseball, which, look, to each their own. I mean, you're talking about millions of dollars, and this is the shortest route to take. But at the same time, like, you talk about a guy like Jacob Mizorowski, who is one of the best pitchers in baseball right now, dominated JUCO, and I believe he only signed for about $2.3 million, which is well under what Schmidt was asking for, which is, I believe, was between $3 and $4 million. Yeah. So either way, it's a risk. The fact that he's considering JUCO, though, makes me feel like he probably just wants to do his time, do his year, go dominate a lower level of competition in JUCO, and then get to the big leagues. And then even if you're going to take the Mizorowski thing into context, like, Mizorowski was also older at that time, I believe, so he would probably have a little bit of a higher slot value because he's younger. You have more tread on that arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. It'll be interesting to see. It would obviously be huge for LSU if it does go that way. Would be another massive addition and make this offseason even better than it's already been. But I agree with you, too. I think if this is the direction where that's where his mind is, where he wants to be playing professional ball, he was going to choose that if the money was right. I don't think you take the longest route.
Right.
I just don't see that being the situation. But I will never, ever, ever count Jay Johnson out in a situation like this. I know he can sweeten the pots and sweet talk him a little bit, maybe make it beneficial for both sides, which it would, of course, be if he chooses LSU. It was also a great photograph yesterday of Jay Johnson with Paul Skeens, Derek Curiel, and Connor Griffin in Pittsburgh, which was really, really cool to see. And just, once again, like we've now been able to talk about football. We talk about basketball a little bit, now baseball. It's just once again encapsulating this offseason that we got to live as LSU fans. You kind of hit home runs all 3 off seasons in those cases, especially with baseball and what Jay Johnson was able to do. I know it's going to get kind of clouded in the coming weeks with football and practice and the season getting started, but hopefully we can have a successful football season that turns into a successful basketball season, which turns into a successful baseball season, which is kind of what Verge and this athletic department are going all in on. So we don't have the conversation of last year, which is, God, we just got to get to baseball.
No, baseball, maybe let's get to something else.
Let's just fully enjoy football. That'd be extremely successful, and that roll into some more success for LSU after an awesome offseason that it's been. So we'll see what happens with Mr. Schmidt and what he decides to do. But whether he chooses LSU or not, the Tigers and Jay Johnson are in a great spot going into this 2027 baseball season. I did want to ask one question, Wyatt. Yesterday, Easton Royal posts a date on Twitter, July 29th. What does that mean?
Doomsday.
It's his birthday.
It is his birthday. I would hope that it is a doomsday of sorts for Texas. There have been reports saying that he's not going to make any sort of announcement or commitment or flipping from Texas on that day. I'm not going to rule anything out. This is high-stakes recruiting in 2026 in the NIL era. If he was to flip to LSU on his birthday, I wouldn't be like super shocked, but I wouldn't expect it. I do think it probably plays out into the season, which is kind of the opposite of what we've been saying this whole time. It is getting a little tedious now where it's, it seems like it's playing out longer than it should have, right? I still have a high level of confidence that Easton Royal's going to end up landing at LSU, whether that be in the next month or whether that be, whatever signing day is in December. But he did tweet that. It got a lot of stir on social media.
Which I think was the intent.
Of course. No, he does a great job playing the social media game, and that's what all these kids are trying to do. Credit to you.
You put yourself
heightens
in
your
position.
brand,
Yep.
As a player, and you put yourself in a position to do that. But I don't expect him to flip on his birthday. It wouldn't shock me if he shocked the world and did it, but I don't think it happens. I do think it plays out into the season, unfortunately. But I do still think he ultimately ends up an LSU Tiger, and I feel very good about that.
Yeah, it was just funny, kind of, because this is what the conversation's been for the last month or so going into July. Is like, when are you going to hear on Brewster and Royal and what's going on? And then we get into media days, and you kind of forget about that because then you start thinking about the season, right? You start thinking about the football that's in front of you. So it was just funny to see, like, right when we get back from media days, that drops and gets all the people talking. But still, we'll see. I do think it plays into the season as well, which I think ultimately could lead to success for LSU if they perform to the level in which you anticipate them to perform during the season. I think that does nothing but help them. I did want to ask the room if this is something we'll obviously talk about throughout the remainder of the week, just to keep things talking about. Just one quick piece from everybody. What is one thing with fall camp right around the corner now that SEC Media Days is directly behind us that you're going to have your eye on the most before this season when fall camp starts?
Ooh. There's so many.
Before fall
we have all week to talk about and preview fall camp.
Right.
But right now we're in an interesting spot where we're directly after media days, where you hear everyone talk, and you're right before fall camp begins. What is on the top of your list going into fall camp?
Running back room.
Really?
I keep seeing more and more about that it's not going to be the status quo of Caden Durham and Harlan Berry. It's the
Dylan Jones.
Dylan Jones is getting a lot of run. This isn't only just from Twitter fodder. This is also from when I did Buddy's show. Mike Scarborough came on and was like very adamant about Dylan Jones getting more run than maybe people should expect, and that Caden Durham was like 4th on the depth chart, and that blew my mind because I still don't believe it. But that is the one room I will be watching very closely to see how they split up those carries.
Yeah, no, very, very intriguing.
Yeah, there's so many. Obviously, the quarterback one's interesting. Running back was going to be high on my list. Wide receiver, I think, is a room that is just wide open. I mean, you've got so many guys who could take a big step there. But the one I'll go with the interior of the defensive line.
You cover 4 of them. You're like, I don't land on this one. Like, pick one, man.
There's so many.
Just pick that off the bat.
No. I like to make your job harder. I like to see you squirm.
All right, I'm going with fullback.
But I'll go the interior of the defensive line because there is such an interesting juxtaposition in that room where you've got these older guys who are more experienced, Malik Blockton, Stephylan Green, Dominic McKinley, who are kind of your stalwarts, but then you've also got these ultra-talented freshmen, Deuce Geralds and Rich Anderson, who are going to compete for playing time right off the bat because they are that good. I'm very interested to see what the rotation looks like come September 5th and who are the first 1 or 2 guys out there on the field.
I guess I'll switch my answer. Obviously you could say quarterback. I'm going to do the Wyatt thing, cover every position and then land on one.
Go for it.
Do wide receiver. I don't care about the offensive line, even though I know I should. I just – I'm not going to cover I don't know shit about the offensive line. I know Jordan Seaton's a good player.
That's right.
I'll go with the cornerback room, all right? Because you're going to need more than 2 cornerbacks this year. You got DJ Pickett, you got PJ Woodland. Obviously, they're trying to hype up PJ Woodland right now. I don't know if they're trying to do that or if PJ Woodland's doing that himself and playing well. But, you got Jakeem Jackson under him, Haven Finn. Like, how is that room going to shape and mold throughout the season? Because if you have an injury – You're looking at cornerback 2 being somebody who's unproven, who's really never played. Jakeem Jackson did not play last year much. So I'm interested to see what that room looks like. And, I think maybe, I don't normally do this, but maybe at fall camp, have my eyes on the 2s a little bit more this go around. See how the cornerbacks on the twos field look.
Look at Chrissy being prepared before practice.
Yeah, and I was even more prepared if I could answer with the interior defensive line, but obviously that was taken.
That's okay. Look at you. That's being double prepared by having a backup.
Backup plan. Always got to have a backup
gotta
plan.
Have 2s
Shout out
ready.
Master P.
Make him say, I know Notorious B.I.G.
I can recite those
I can
lyrics.
do that.
I know the Notorious B.I.G. Like, all right, dude.
Nobody else knows who that is.
Yeah, it's Biggie, dog.
Well, not only that, but I don't think these kids listening to Biggie.
No one does.
I mean, I did.
I did.
Did. Past tense.
Every now and again.
I mean, Zach York does. Probably not a good sign.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
That's a double layered. There are a couple of jokes you can make.
I think everyone's answers were correct. I think that's the interesting thing with this fall camp is that you have so many new faces, and so you're just kind of like, you really could say any position group.
Yeah.
Because there's a new face in, every one of them. Mm-hmm. Like, if you say safety, it's because you want to see how Ty Benefield, how Deshaun Spirits progresses. Cornerback, they're similar guys, but there's the depth. Defensive line, linebacker, all those. I think defense, I'm intrigued to kind of look at. But I just think there's so much offensively, to actually take in, see where guys are at on the depth chart. What do these wide receivers look like? You're finally going to see Sam Levitt play quarterback. It's going to be maybe one of the most anticipated fall camps that LSU's had in a while.
Yeah.
Because ultimately it all boils down to what the number one answer is. I think everyone's answers were correct. The number one answer is Sam Levitt. You're finally going to get – this is the first time you have not seen your quarterback play until fall camp that's been this highly touted. Because, Burrow didn't get there until fall camp either, but he wasn't the number one player in the transfer portal when you got him, right? And then Jaden Daniels, was he there for spring? I can't remember if he was there for spring in 22.
I want to say he was in the spring because I believe
I think he played in the
that
spring
game.
Yeah.
And he looked bad.
He didn't look good.
Yeah.
This one, you have the number one player out of the portal, number one quarterback, Sam Levitt. You spent the almost $5 million on him, whatever, and you have not seen him throw a pass in a live rep yet. And so it's everyone's going to be all eyes on the quarterback. And so it's going to be one of the most anticipated fall camps in recent history, and I cannot wait for it to get started, mostly just because, God, I'm just ready for football to get started. I could not stop thinking about it this weekend.
Yeah.
It was like just football.
What's everyone's take? Because I did see the tweet last night, and it pissed me off. This pisses me off every single year. Someone said, last Sunday without football, because obviously the NFL preseason starts next week.
The Hall of Fame
The preseason is not fucking football.
I hate that.
I hate that shit. No one watches the fucking preseason. No one cares. It's not football. I don't
So
like
it doesn't do the job for you?
No.
Okay.
I do not like when people are like, oh, football's back and it's preseason.
Yeah.
No, I
And
do
you even-
not. I could not give less of a shit.
Yeah, I agree.
I put it on.
Yeah, no, I'm going to put it
Always.
on and watch. It doesn't do the trick, though.
No,
it's
but
not
it's-
real
it's-
It doesn't
football.
do the dance.
I don't like
No.
when people say like,
Doesn't-
football's back. Football's not back. That is the equivalent of fall camp to me. Is preseason football.
Fall camp's more excited than preseason football, to be honest.
I would agree, but
Fall camp is more exciting than preseason football,
Yeah.
but I am ready
What
to
about
have
when
it
the
on
Saints had
television.
Drew Brees and they played in the Hall of Fame game?
He played for the first quarter.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
back.
I mean, I guess.
I would go to a preseason game.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I've been to preseason games.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's fun.
But it's not – football is not back.
No.
Don't say football's back.
I
Football
agree.
is not back until the regular season starts.
I agree.
When TCU and UNC kick off in Ireland in week 0 at 11 a.m., that's when football's back.
The one fun part about preseason football is when you have like a Shador Sanders that's going to play meaningful minutes
The
in a
rookies.
preseason game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are fun parts
Not
of preseason.
every
like-
rookie, but like the quarterbacks. Maybe if you got a rookie on your
Garrett
specific team that you
Nussmeier.
really like.
Right.
Exactly. That's what's fun.
It's better
That's
than
it.
nothing. But football's
Yeah.
not back.
But it's
It
not
is-
something.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Let's see, I'm looking at
Glad I got that out. I started looking at betting
Saints
lines.
preseason
Can
tickets.
you bet on preseason
They go for
games?
You can.
They're so
Interesting.
cheap.
Yeah, they're nothing. I started looking at my lines for week 0 and week 1 of college football. I've already got some bets that I'm looking at. Very exciting.
Who plays week 0 this year?
So
I
we've
do.
got
What's our big
Hawaii
week
and
0
Stanford
game?
play each other.
Do we have an
NC
Ireland game again?
We do. TCU and UNC in Ireland. I'm
yeah.
gonna have
Why?
TCU 6.5
In
in
the
that one.
Aer Lingus.
Yep, that one's gonna be fun.
NC State,
NC State
Virginia.
at Virginia is gonna be a fun one. Hawaii and Stanford is gonna be a fun one. And
New
then
Mexico State, Florida State.
Yep, not bad. Florida State loves those week 0
They
games.
do.
What has Mike Lombardi done?
There was an HR violation against him, got him fired.
He's not fired.
He's on
Paid
administrative
administrative
leave.
leave.
Paid leave, and it was an HR deal. I
Oh,
saw.
please let it be Bill's girlfriend.
Oh, I hope so too.
That would be just the most funny
Talk
story.
about a week 0 storyline.
Her having an affair on Bill Belichick with
Well, he wouldn't be paid
with Mike
administrative
Lombardi.
leave then if that's what happened, but he probably did something. I mean, ew,
Ew.
I assume. But, I mean, very interesting, the life of luxury and absolute fraud that Michael Lombardi is. This is not surprising that he gets paid administrative leave.
Of course. Some people just
Have it all.
like
Well,
What a-
especially
what
when
a-
you work for the 33rd NFL team.
yeah.
But that's to go to Ireland and play at 11 a.m.
What a life paid administrative leave would be.
I mean, you can. Be a priest.
All right.
There you go.
Nope.
Yep, and then do something where I have to move you.
But appreciate all of you hanging out with us here on this this Monday morning, as it was nice to be back in town. We're about to head over to Red Stick Spice.
Yes.
Everything nice.
Peanut butter
Is
jelly.
Roe gonna be
Peanut
there?
butter jelly burgers. No road
SpongeBob,
today.
big guy, pants okay.
Not
Are
too
you
many
going,
comments.
Chrissy?
Shout out to Glimmer.
Yeah.
Glimmer peeped my my hoodie this morning.
Yeah,
out to the-
unbelievable.
I was waiting for this
Shout out to the
conversation.
Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, great.
That's a franchise that wants to win.
They do. Trust the process.
I mean, he basically could have picked the. This is the Pelicans' fault. If they were actually in a good position, he would have gone anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
And if he just went to the best chance to win a ring, that could have been the Pelicans.
But this is the thing about it.
That would have been awesome.
It's not just the best chance to win a ring, because I think any of those teams on the list all were really good chances. Like if it had been the Warriors or the Heat or the Cavs or the Sixers, whichever one of those 4 he would have picked, they're now the favorites to win the championship.
That's because of him, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's what I think it was Chauncey. It couldn't have been Chauncey Billups. He can't be talking yet.
No, it's not talking.
Yeah, I forgot who it was.
Oh,
a former
Derek
player.
Fisher.
Yeah, that's who. Well, he's also got his own troubles too.
He does.
Watch out, they're coming to get you. But it said like when you create rings, not chase rings, as like your legacy.
That's my thing. Like I 2 weeks ago when Jaylen Brown got traded, it was the 76ers still are not better than the Knicks. I can't pick them over the Celtics just yet. And then LeBron gets there, and it's like, oh, super team.
Look at that graphic.
Ring chasing, whatever. I can't wait to watch Philadelphia.
I thought he was going to the Lakers, Noah.
I thought he was going to go back
No,
to the
I'm
Lakers.
just making fun of you for thinking that.
I know. I thought he was going to go back to the Lakers.
Yeah, you're an idiot. I thought he was going to the Pelicans.
Yeah. Nope, going to the Sixers, and I'm excited to
I
watch
just
the
did not
Philadelphia
see that
76ers. Me neither. You're actually the one that showed me that he was going. You texted Philly? Question mark.
It
And I
blew
was
my
like-
mind.
So I went and watched the video, and it was a great video of like his whole career. That was just the 76ers logo.
Yeah,
it was like
the video was a little odd.
it was odd.
I liked the beginning of it where it was
Yeah.
like, oh, wait, no, great. But there was just not like, it was just a
Well, he
highlight
said
tape of
it
his
says
career.
fourth
and then-
time. He can't do 4 decisions.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
No,
I'm
but
going,
the
yeah.
video itself could have had more Philly in it,
But
feel
I
like.
did see that somebody like showed the time between like how long it took him to make his decisions, and like from the Cavs to the Heat, it was like 200 hours. From the Heat back to the Cavs, it was like 150 hours. From the Cavs to the Lakers was 18 hours. Like he made that one quick. This one was like 500 something hours. Like this was the longest because I genuinely think he actually was like
I'm retiring.
he thought he was retiring. And he was actually like weighing out the
What's the
spots.
best place for me to go?
And then he picked the
So
Sixers.
1 year, that's it. Like,
2-year deal.
so
2-year
weird.
2-year deal.
Oh, is it 2 years?
It's a 1+1.
Okay.
It's a player option.
It's going to be weird.
It is. It's gonna be odd.
He's going to look good in the black Philly uniforms. The other ones are going to suck.
I hope they rebrand
Yeah.
to the-
and get new uniforms because I don't really like their
Well,
uniforms.
this is the
right
thing.
I like the
now.
black vintage.
The black, no,
I
those
think,
are good. But
But
I
I
don't
think
like
they are
the
going to
I agree.
rebrand because the Lakers did the same thing.
exact
when he
same
got there.
thing. Yeah,
I
They
agree.
rebranded the uniform.
and the Cavs rebranded while he was
there.
there. I think what was that his last year? They did.
That looked terrible, but
But those jerseys to me, like they looked awful. The 2018 uniforms.
the grays were nice.
But I just associate that with the 2018 LeBron, and so it's like
See, I like those uniforms more than I liked his first 3 years in Cleveland. Like
those are just
of the
classics.
second stint.
Those are just
they are
classics,
classic,
yeah.
The
but I
black
like, as
sleeve
uniforms,
jerseys will never be topped in a LeBron
They are ugly.
uniform.
they're so ugly.
They
but
are
No, they'll never
they
be
have
topped.
such
No,
good
they're
memories.
LeBron rocks
They're
the
such good
fuck out
memories
of it.
associated.
No, but
When
LeBron specifically
when he
rocked
freaking
it.
ripped the sleeves, it was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
we're
No,
playing
they are
basketball
iconic,
now.
but like that's like the Alabama thing of like
Yeah.
those uniforms are iconic, objectively ugly.
Yeah.
See, I think they look good on LeBron specifically because this, like,
Well, look,
his
the
arms are
ultimate
big,
looks
so the
great in the
sleeve.
uniform.
No, but like not every. Like I would say that's one of his better uniforms because it made like the sleeves made his arms look bigger
No.
and all. It was all white, you know. Blah, blah, blah,
But
blah.
everybody's ready to go to a 76ers Pelicans game this year, right?
Fuck yeah,
For sure.
I'm gonna be rooting for the
No,
Pels.
please no.
Those are sick.
Those are
Those
disgusting.
are not sick.
Sick.
Those are awful.
No, I mean the AI 76ers uniforms are the best 76ers uniforms.
I do like the blue and red.
Yeah.
I love the black as like an alternate.
No, I'm saying
but
but just even the logo then too. Like
right,
the
I
whole
think
thing was better.
Those are the best ones they've ever had. I would love to see them do a good job with the blue and red because I like those as their colors. I just don't think they've nailed it yet.
Yeah, they haven't. Neither of the Pelicans. The Pelicans uniforms are awful.
No, they've nailed the city.
Just a
the
fucking
city
calamity.
uniforms
The
multiple
skeleton-
times.
Skeleton was cold.
That's the best one that they've done is the skeleton.
Everyone
They've
hated
nailed the red, white, and blue was cool. They nailed the one that had Nola on the front. That was sick.
The one that
They've-
was the
they've
so
nailed the
it's
city editions
skeleton,
multiple times.
and then the Nola from the year that they made the
that should be the
playoffs-
home
the
jersey.
playoffs.
And
Those
played
two are the
Phoenix.
best.
That should be
uniforms
the
they have.
home jersey.
I
The skeleton
like
should be.
the red one, the Crescent City one. People hated that
I hate
one.
that one.
I didn't mind that one.
Really?
Oh, that one's
I like
I
that one.
hate that one.
I thought that one looked
That's
good.
one of the worst uniforms I've seen in a while.
No,
See,
I like that
the
one.
reason I like the skeleton is because it's like you're leaning into like the voodoo Mardi Gras
Right, of
colors,
course.
and it's cool.
Yeah, that one is the
You
best.
got to make
one, of
yourself
course.
different. It's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. That one is the best one. No, there's no doubt about it.
See, I can't believe you. Out of all the uniforms you like,
Because
you
what they
dislike,
need
the
to
Crescent
do
City
I
one's
just
is
thought
they
it
need to
was-
use the skeleton colors and go back to the Jazz.
yeah.
I
The
would love that.
the purple
Yes.
skeleton
the voodoo
sucked.
colors.
No, the black skeleton is the good one.
Good one, yeah.
Yeah.
They just need to be the Jazz again.
They just need to be the Jazz
with the New Orleans, with Mardi Gras.
That will
colors.
never
Yes.
happen.
That was great.
It
It was objectively the best named team in the NBA, and then
Yes.
they were like, never mind.
Utah.
Known for its Jazz.
But like, what would Utah even change their name to?
They could be
Who
the
cares?
Pelicans.
They could be anything.
Yeah, I guess they could be whatever.
The fucking
What is in
Soakers.
Utah? Yeah, Super Soakers.
Yeah.
The Math
Just
Blasters.
something close to like Utah, something not that like extreme off their name, like Utah.
Box Springs.
It's all bunk beds.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we're talking.
Let's do the LSU trivia for the day.
Oh yeah.
What's that one called?
LSU Tiger trivia.
They could just go by Utah.
Yeah,
Utah.
the Utah basketball
No,
team.
just Utah.
Just the Utah.
Don't say just Utah.
the Mammoth.
Well, it's like the Washington football team,
And all their
Utah
branding.
basketball team.
Another thing with the Utah Jazz, all their branding's the mountains. It's never actually.
Well, yeah, because
Jazz.
there's nothing with the Jazz. They have no Jazz.
What's the
They-
website?
I think it's LSU Tiger trivia.
Yeah, like how?
Well,
are
they went
these-
they went with the black and gold like
This is why-
Jazz thing, and it sucked. So then they went back to the mountains, and the uniforms are objectively cool, but it makes no sense with the name. Like, it
Like
doesn't
just
match
go
the name.
Utah.
me
Just
see this.
become Utah. Just
Well,
go
no, you
Utah.
have to have a name.
Utah basketball.
Sorry, about to zoom it in for us. I made the Pro Bowl and am a former first round draft. Well, this
Quite a
could be
menu.
okay. Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
Oh, we're a single digit. Oh, it's Patrick Peterson again. No,
Jamar.
Could be Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Odell Beckham.
let's go Odell. Okay. Jay Jettis. My biggest career highlights. Okay, biggest career highlight is versus Alabama. Biggest career highlight. So that has to be either 2019 or 2011. Because there's no other highlights in Tuscaloosa.
Well,
Well, I guess, but you go
beat him
pre-
in 07
you beat him in
in
07,
Tuscaloosa.
Was LeBron there?
I don't know why he would have been there. For
Yeah,
that.
when was LeBron and Robert Kraft there? I don't think
It
that's
wasn't
2019.
It wasn't
'cause
19. And so
Donald Trump was there in 19.
it might be
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, it has to be. But who had a? It's
Eric
it's
Reed.
Eric Reed.
Eric Reed.
It's Eric Reed.
It's Eric Reed.
Yeah. 'Cause
God, it was
my
such a
first-
great play.
Oh, it's such a good.
Oh,
See,
my gosh,
I
yeah.
actually, yeah.
No, Justin Reed's not better.
In the NFL,
Whatever.
Yes, but in college,
No.
fuck no. See, when I think of that, I think of Morris Claiborne.
Really?
Because that
Oh,
pick,
yeah.
that pick is the honestly like you don't win that game. I mean, you don't win the game without the Eric Reed pick, but that pick gets undervalued. I feel like
It does
And
because
that
the
was
Eric
such a
Reed
big
pick
play.
was just like
oh,
it was
Cool.
like drugs.
it was awesome.
Well, it's just such a.
It's like, oh, you thought they're about to score.
It's like
and
a we're kind of fucked.
No, it's
to like
ours.
oh fuck, okay.
our ball.
the best is the call.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I think we all like.
Of course.
Burn and
Put it up. Let fucking computer.
computer play it.
Where is it? I
If
gotta
they are
find it.
active.
Oh,
there,
here, Hunter Hall. Well, the pick wasn't even real. Shut up.
That's true.
Shut up.
Yeah, Michael Ford didn't step out of bounds.
He did.
I know he did.
But
he did that multiple
the
times.
Mo Claiborne would have been
Yeah.
monumental, even more than it was if he scored.
If he scored, he
Because
didn't score.
that was the
yeah.
funniest. It's the LSU thing, but
Right.
when he gets that pick, everybody in the stadium is like, "Oh God!" If you're an LSU on LSU side, like he needs to score a touchdown. Like,
Yeah.
you bring it all the way back
Yeah. Yeah. You have to get in the end zone.
because nobody's. They scored one touchdown in 8 quarters and an overtime period playing each other.
I can't
Pretty impressive.
find it
Yeah.
on Twitter. Oh, that was a fun game.
But
Had
then
no
it was.
business winning it, but we fucking did it. Oh.
You said the game of the century was a fun game.
What's up?
You said the game of the century was a fun game.
No, what? Oh, well, yeah.
Hunter Hall. Well, why did we even throw that pass? Why did you even ponder passing?
That's
Marquise
what-
Mays. Why is he throwing a fucking pass, boys?
Why would you even ponder passing?
Yes.
This is the Super Bowl. This is not Detroit.
I watched a montage of Brett Favre playoff blunders.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh, it's bad.
Wow.
Like that's the one that gets the most run. There were some times where it's like There was one game. It's when the Super Bowl. I mean, overtime in the playoffs was sudden death.
Yeah.
Like even if you scored a field goal, you
Right.
win. 1st and 10, first play, out route, throws it on the inside of the receiver, picked off, and then they lose. And I'm just like, I don't know how you could even root for him as your quarterback.
You don't trust him.
Like that is it was bad.
Yeah.
I never realized it was that bad.
Yeah, 'cause that's before my. That's before my.
It's before
time.
it was like they made the playoffs 6 times in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And he made a blunder in 5 of those 6
And
playoff
people call
runs.
him the better than Drew Brees. Unbelievable.
Corey
I
Webster
don't
got
think
him.
Anyone
Did get him.
No,
His
people
career
do.
in
I
Green
don't
Bay.
think there's anyone that says that.
I'm
He
outside
also,
our Louisiana bubble.
what a
I'm telling
horrible
you.
person Brett Favre is. He
Oh,
took the
he
sack
stole a
record away
sack.
from Mark Gaff. You hurt me, Brett.
You hurt me, Brett.
That is an all-time video.
I want to
What a
get my
fucking
I want to get my
loser.
sack back, Brett.
I want my sack back.
Dude, unbelievable.
loser,
I mean,
dude.
I don't understand why anyone would even produce that content. Like that
Yeah,
was
like-
bad.
It's just like, dude, I don't think he
You have
did it to
CTE.
intentionally
No.
mess
Well,
up
and
your
the
sack
worst
record,
part is-
dog. Like,
They already broke the record. Like, hasn't Strahan's record been broken?
yeah, it's over. Like Miles
it's-
Garrett broke
Miles
it
Garrett has
last
the
year,
record.
2
Bro,
years ago.
Brett
whatever.
Favre actually has so many interceptions. This is
Oh, yeah.
unbelievable.
No, I was watching. I'll have
He
to
has-
find the montage.
Guess how
It
many
was-
interceptions he has in his career?
How many?
How many? Wait. How many games did he play?
Okay, 302. Guess how many interceptions this man has?
274.
Guess.
302.
336.
Oh my gosh! More picks,
Dude,
than
this
games
guy
is
fucking
crazy.
sucks.
More picks than
Biggest-
games is
It is
wild.
absurd.
Biggest
that's
fraud
wild. It's
ever.
wild.
This
he
dude's
won a Super
terrible.
Bowl, though.
He did win a
He
Super
did get
Bowl.
one.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Um,
Matt Ryan almost had a Super Bowl.
Brett Favre had a fucking cannon.
He did.
He
have
did,
a
oh, of
chance.
He
course.
he just would throw. He didn't care who it went to, but he's just throwing the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty fun to watch.
Of course.
Yeah. Not as a Packers
It's like
fan.
watching Jamarcus Russell at LSU. It's like
What's the pick to touchdown or the touchdown to pick ratio if it's 508 to 336?
Yeah, I mean, he
Watch
could
him just sling it.
freaking rip it.
that's a dot.
But it's just like you shouldn't even ponder
What are we
throwing
doing?
these.
I mean, he is nuts.
That's a dot.
Yeah.
is
No,
Nuts'
my
favorite
gosh.
play.
Don't even
It's
get me
a
started.
dumb, objectively a dumb throw.
A terrible
dot.
throw. It's a bad throw. Is
No,
what it
that's what I'm
is.
saying. Like,
Freaking rip one.
Across
Crosses,
the body,
dude. Like,
Well,
back
I
of
mean,
the
come
end
on.
zone.
this is drugs.
Yeah.
that's insane.
When he steps into one, it's unbelievable.
This is the ultimate. Like, this is the Garrett Nussmeier throw on the sideline to Caden Durham against South Carolina.
Yeah.
Objectively, an awful decision, but he fits it in that window, and you're
He
like,
does.
wow,
I was like,
fucking
oh, Nuss is
awesome.
back.
What are you
Yeah.
doing? Touchdown.
Dot. Come on.
Dude, like this is.
That's
This
too
throw is
easy.
insane.
Holy shit! That is a fucking laser.
He probably lets out some freaking guttural noises.
Oh, yeah. Fucking ripped it.
Oh, did you like that one, LC?
That's a Percocet. That's a Percocet. That's a Percocet.
Nice.
But dude, some of the interceptions, I was like, bruh, it's the first play of overtime. You just got the ball. You won the toss. Biggest deal ever.
Yeah.
All you need is a field goal.
No.
He might have the most interceptions of all time.
He played a lot
Can you think of an interception of all time?
of all time.
I would
An
think-
interception of all time?
Yeah.
I would think Brady probably has more just based
Tom
on-
Brady?
He probably just played more games.
Tom
Janoris
Brady pick
Jenkins.
6, first game versus the Saints in a Buccaneers uniform. I'm pretty sure he threw a pick 6 for his first game
It was
versus the
Janoris
Saints.
Jenkins.
I thought it was
That's right.
PJ Williams.
It was I remember who picked it off, but
Janoris
I
Jenkins
remember.
picked it off.
I remember
Janoris Jenkins
the
had
reason
some
why I
freaking
remember
plays.
Oh, of course.
Jack
It's an
Rabbit?
electric
Jackrabbit.
factory.
is because
Jack
on the pregame show, Bobby Abear fucking predicted him to throw an outright pick 6, and it happened.
Dude, Bobby
Dude,
Abear.
how do you predict that?
Bobby Abear goat.
Good.
Yeah, no, I think it was Janoris Jenkins. I think picked the pick
Maybe
6
it
that
was.
one. PJ Williams did get one later. In
Brett
the game.
Favre is he has the most interceptions of all
course
time.
he
But
does.
Okay, fair
I mean,
enough.
336 is crazy.
well,
That's
it's
a lot
just
of
because he
interceptions.
started on a team for he was a starting quarterback for 20 years and threw Jameis Winston level picks for 20 years. Like,
That
dude,
is absurd.
I mean, but some of these years, like, not bad. Okay, actually, never mind. All bad.
What's the lowest?
Like 1991, I guess he played 2 games, 2 picks. Then it goes 13, 24, 14, 13, 13.
He was just throwing
16,
double-digit
23, 23, 16.
23?
24. He had a 24.
Bro, he threw
in there.
29 one year and
Hell
then
yeah.
started
That is
4 years
insane.
after.
29 is nuts.
He threw 29 and then was a starting quarterback for the Packers 2 years in a row after that.
because
How many did he throw in the Vikings year?
Okay, Vikings 7, played 16 games through 7, and
He
then the
was
next
really good that
year,
year.
19. So 2009, 7,
He
2010,
had Adrian
19.
Peterson.
yeah.
Well, of course, Sidney
I'm
Rice.
just handing it off.
No, but he still threw for 4,202 yards. Like
No,
They
that
were
was his
good.
best year.
Like,
Was
that's-
in Minnesota, which is crazy.
yeah.
Shout out.
Still
Makes
had to
no
blunder in the
sense.
playoffs.
Yeah, MVP that year, MVP. I mean, he's got a lot of MVPs, huh?
Are they MVPs or MVP places?
AP. Oh, I see. Yeah. 3 MVPs. Yeah, 3 MVPs.
Brett Favre, there's no way Brett Favre has 3 MVPs.
Pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, I think so. 3 MVPs.
Does
He won
actually?
3 in a row. In the 90s.
God, where was anybody?
He did 95, 96, 97.
Kerry Collins?
Wow.
But
He
like
won,
the-
and that's when he won the Super Bowl. Was 96,
Yeah. Okay, so he had a little run
and
there.
he shared it in 97 with
But
Barry
like
Sanders.
those weren't his
Okay.
best years though. Like that was
When
I
did? How many
think-
picks did he throw in those 3 seasons?
13, 13, 16.
13's
which is low
it's
for
not
Brett.
crazy.
But I'm looking down at this Minnesota year where he had similar yardage to
What
his
year is
MVP
that?
years and only threw
09.
7 interceptions.
Oh, it's 09.
Yeah.
33. Yeah, I mean, and his touchdown numbers weren't that far off of these MVP years. Like, dude, football in the 90s obviously was just kind of, I don't know, it's just crazy. Like, Jerry was 2, Emmett was 3, Jim Harbaugh 4.
Shout
Okay.
out. Sports get better as time goes on.
Yeah.
John Elway 2 in this year, Terrell Davis 3.
I would
Jerome
imagine
Bettis.
Brett Favre was probably like the strongest arm anyone had ever seen at
Yeah.
that point.
Dan
Like he
Marino.
kind of like I don't know.
I feel like arm strength really hasn't. I mean, obviously, I think it's gotten better, but I think that's the one thing that's kind of stayed. Like, you've always had gunslingers.
Yeah, but it's definitely gotten better.
I don't.
Yeah, there's been more
I mean,
now.
Josh Allen
but-
and Patrick Mahomes.
But I think that's
ridiculous.
because of the style of play, though. Like I
Yeah.
don't think the arm strength has gotten better in the NFL.
I don't know. I think.
I mean,
I
Dan
think it
could
has.
sling it.
Yeah.
John Elway could sling it.
Yeah,
Like, they had some guys that had, like, top-tier arms. Brett, obviously.
Yeah.
I think there's more of them now though.
I
Oh,
think so, but I
probably,
think
but
that's because of
definitely.
the play style.
But, like,
I think
Donovan
that's because that's
McNabb
what
had
teams
an
are looking
absolute
for.
rocket.
He did have a cannon.
Just kind of all of them are
Yeah,
pretty good
yeah.
at throwing the football.
But I think there's like if you had a
You're
cannon
an NFL
arm,
quarterback. Pretty
yeah,
good.
you were all right.
Pretty good.
I feel like if you were
Oh, pretty
if you
good.
had a cannon back then, you probably were a good quarterback. I think there's bad quarterbacks now
Yes.
that have like
Yeah,
fucking
Joe Milton.
That's exactly
He
the one I
throw,
was
he can
gonna
throw
say.
an orange out of the stadium.
Exactly.
He's not a good quarterback.
Right.
It's because his whole life he's been able to
Well,
just.
now you have guys with cannons that play different positions, like Mohamed Sanu.
dude,
That
legend.
dude had
Odell?
a crazy arm.
Odell and Jarvis both had cannons.
I mean, yeah. Get the camera off of me. Get it off. I can't
Get off,
say
get
that.
off, get off.
I mean,
Can't
yeah.
say that.
Oh, you finished your list yet?
Oh, my top 16 teams.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, Delane Mignon.
What I've-
Spencer Ware, please.
Yeah, can I have that? Can I have that say Spencer Whale?
We appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow morning live here from our Southern Regional Medical Center studios. We'll find something to talk about between now and then. See ya.